I guess we're on then.
Guess so.
How you spell rain check?
Rain and check.
Oh, rain check. No, because I've been getting nasty texts on my phone. Through via email. Some nasty Outlook.com email sending me nasty texts. Oh,
really?
Yeah, with nasty links. Do you want to see my naked videos? All that nasty shit.
I get all of that stuff because my stuff is out there so much. I'm afraid to hit stuff.
I know, right?
Do you know what somebody sent me? I'm gonna shock them with those things right now, but I just want to say it. Somebody sent me a picture of a dog, kind of laying on his back. You know how when dogs go and they look like they're smiling, but the dog had a schoolgirl outfit on, a skirt, and had his legs open and it had a vagina. I'm like, what the heck is going on? They photoshopped a woman's vagina with the dog with a schoolgirl outfit on.
Oh my God! What kind of
imagination is that? It bothered me because this person is running around here. Wow, sick people. That's why we got to do our fetish #2 show eventually. It's just too many cooks out here.
Oh God. I don't know if we can do that.
I would want to help them out. So. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you have no idea who it is.
That's the thing. No, I just with Microsoft. I'm like, get your bots in check because that's disgusting. I can't block them. I don't want to read that on my phone.
Right. I
don't want to read that. It's just like some asshole that texting you dick pics. Like, God damn it! Like, I don't want to see this. It's gross. It's gross. I don't want to see this. Yeah, I mean, what this world coming into? Like, what the hell? Yeah, but like we derailed from the topic of today because we're gonna talk about Africa because Africa is the future of all Black men.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're gonna, cause Africa have been more dealing with the West, not in an advantageous way, because until now the West is still exploiting Africa. But now, I mean, since the Cold War, because that's when it started with the Cold War, China and Russia been trying to build relationship with Africa. So whatever the West wouldn't do, like when African countries started getting their independence, so Russia and China would sneak in and help out those countries. That's why D and Thomas Sankara got murdered in Burkina Faso, because Russia was helping them. America and in England mostly, they were like, on guard because of communism. Oh, communism. Oh, but I'm going to tell you how the Cold War started, because it's all of that. The relationship between China, Russia, and Africa is all about the Cold War. I'm going to tell you how it started and how it is bullshit. So, this is how the Cold War started. Winston Churchill, on 1946, he rushed to Missouri to the president and to tell them that Stalin said that war is inevitable as long as capitalism exists. Stalin never said that.
Never said that.
He never said that, because I read both of his speech, because they were referring to his speech that he done on February 9, 1946. Because I looked both the 1946 speech and the 1949 speech. You will not find such a sentence in there. This is what he actually said. He said, perhaps catastrophic wars could be avoided if it were possible periodically to redistribute raw materials and markets among the respective countries and conformity with their economic weight by means of concerted and peaceful decision. By this is impossible under the present capitalism condition of world economic development. As a result of the first crisis of the capitalism system of world economy, the First World War broke out. And as a result of the second crisis, the Second World War broke out. That's what he said. This is what Stalin said. He never said that war is inevitable with capitalism. He never said that.
Right.
And that's how the Cold War started. You know, the nuclear weapon race, that's how it started. You know? Because in the beginning, American was giving nuclear weapon left and right to their allies. Anything to stop the Russian.
True.
Yeah, they to stop the Russian. Because even Churchill lost his damn mind saying that an iron curtain has descending across the continent from the Baltic to the Trista and the Adriatic. You know, because they want to make sure. Because what happened, the same way the Russian were like sneaking in, and little by little they were grabbing countries like Belarus or Poland or what's that? Ukraine, Romania. It just, and like the West freak out. Because even Hungary, the West freak out that Russia has so much influence. So they came up with this bullshit, saying that Stalin wanted to wage war on capitalism when he never said that. He never said that.
Right.
So to begin with, I wanted to start with dictating a portion from the last speech of Thomas Sankara. So the speech that actually got him murdered.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is a portion of it. He said, "We can even produce more than what we need, but unfortunately, for lack of organization, we are still obligated to beg for food aid. But this type of assistance is blocking us and inspiring us instead to be beggars for need. Those who ask me, where is imperialism? Well, imperialism is in your plates when you import the corn, rice, and millet. That is imperialism. Don't look any further. We can bring peace to our home. We could also use all the great potential to develop Africa because our ground and our underground are rich. We have enough manpower. We have an immense market from north to south, the east to the west. We have enough intellectual power to create and to learn science and technology wherever we find it."
Right.
Yeah. And he actually predicted that day too, that you may not see him. He might die. And he actually died a couple months later.
Wow.
He predicted it. And 6 months later, he got murdered.
Wow.
Yeah, because he succeeded. What he said, he succeeded with Burkina Faso in under 4 years. Burkina Faso was self-sufficient. It did not depend of any foreign aid or anything. It was self-sufficient by itself. So he was saying that the rest of Africa can do that too, become self-sufficient when we do not have to depend on foreign assistance, foreign interference.
Right.
So
and of course, that's not what they wanted.
No, that's why he got murdered. Gaddafi was the same thing. Gaddafi,
Right.
even though he was fucking crazy, but Gaddafi was promoting African Union, where with one passport, where African wouldn't need like passport or visa to go to another African country.
Exactly. Right.
And one African like currency, like he was aiming to have gold as the African currency, and just like
At the backing.
just like Sankara, 6 months later, he got murdered.
Right.
So
yeah, because he would be taking so much money from all these different factions. You know, the Germans, the French, the British, America. So much money would be taken away from them.
Exactly. Yeah, because as soon as he said that, all of a sudden, Obama saw a threat in Gaddafi. Even though Gaddafi saw an ally in Obama.
Right.
That's why he was so surprised that that was happening. He saw an ally in the Americans. Then all of a sudden, he became an enemy. All of a sudden, they were financing like the adverse faction to fight against Gaddafi. And before you know it, he got toppled and murdered. lynched pretty much with a stick shoved up his butt. I'm like,
are you serious? I didn't know
yes,
that part of
that's
it.
how they kill him. They shove something up his
Oh my God.
ass. I mean, what the fuck wrong with
That's
Arabs,
Oh
man?
my gosh.
Because in Libya, that's how they punish men now. They're raping. Like,
oh man.
Oh my God.
like, and when I mean rape, they shove stuff on there, but not even stuff.
So they just
Man, look at your
mutilate them.
face. Look at the expression.
I know.
I know, like,
I'm looking.
yeah, I'm very perplexed. Like, and I'm perplexed. You know, where'd that come from?
Well, you know what? I feel like that is their way of inflicting the most intense pain that they can on an individual. I mean, when you think about it, how much more pain can you inflict, than doing that? You
Well,
can kill the person.
yeah, you're trying to break the person and break, their pride and their manhood. Basically, that's what they're doing.
Well,
But-
you can do that by using the real thing. When you start using sticks and metal bars and so on and so forth, that's not to that's to kill them. That's not to really strip their manhood. That's
that's exactly what we were doing we Americans were doing in Afghanistan or Iraq. When that's how actually it's the French who put all the dirty laundry out. Because when the Bagram I think it's Bagram in Afghanistan. So all
Baghdad?
Bagram, that's the prison.
background. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is it in Iraq or
Right.
Afghanistan? Yeah.
It's in Afghanistan. I don't think it could be in Iraq. It would be too much.
Yeah, Bagram.
Mhm,
So when they started like piling up supposed terrorists, because most of them were not terrorists, so they will get them to naked, humping each other, like doing like weird gay shit. There's nothing weird with gayness, but no, that's damn. Why
yeah,
would
they
it
showed
make
all those pictures. Yeah.
like damn. Like drag them like dogs, making them walk and like dogs on on their knees and hand and putting a leash on them. Damn. How do you actually you are creating terrorists? That's fucked up. That's real. Because that's the thing. They don't want to admit that we created ISIS. Because Bagram is a school for terrorism. When we send people there, they get trained, they come out even badder terrorists. We created them.
Right.
So I guess that's probably why like Africa started backpedaling from the West and looking now at the East at Russia and China. So now their argument, Russia and China, is like, oh, we never colonized y'all. You didn't ever colonize us, but you still rape our grandmothers, our grandmothers, because all the slaves that went through a trans-Pacific trade, they went to Russia and China as well. But that's where they went. They never colonized us, but actually they did try. When they talk about the Berlin Conference, they did try. But instead, because they wanted to get Madagascar and Zanzibar as their own port for slavery and trade, but it didn't succeed. So instead, they trade with with the West instead. So the Chinese and other they actually just trade. They never actually tried. You never tried, but still, you were collecting black slaves. So.
Wow.
But this is why Africans are giving Chinese a side eye. Okay, they give you right now. Let me tell you how the Chinese are ahead, because the bilateral trading between African countries, and China is worth $500 billion.
What?
Bilateral, yes. Bilateral trading between Africa and us, the United States, is worth $37 billion. That's how ahead the Chinese are.
Chump change in comparison.
Wow.
Bilateral trading between Africa and France is worth $60 billion. With England, the same thing, $60 billion. Actually, Afrobarometer did a poll, a survey about how African feel about the West and China. And let me see if I can find it. Afrobarometer. Because I did a before a research about the African and China Chinese relationship. What is that? Afrobarometer. Here we go. Afrobarometer. Here we go. So they questioned 64,000 Africans, and they say 63% favor China over Russia, over the United States, because Russia wasn't in it yet. Now Russia's in the picture. Yeah, 63%, and 30% favor the United States over China, and actually there's I think 13%, because the 13% they actually favor South Africa as an example of advancement.
Okay.
But the thing is, South Africa advancement is not based on based on African. So far, that Africans are not in control in South Africa. It's still white people.
Exactly.
Yep.
So so now.
So apartheid is officially over in a sense, but it's not.
No,
it's
not.
just as strong as it's ever been, and worse.
Symbolism. That's all.
Yep. So this is what Russia's been doing. And I think the United States didn't see it coming until on while Trump administration. They didn't see that coming because they were so focused on China, the Chinese in Africa, they didn't see the Russians sneaking in. Because right now, Zimbabwe, Central Africa, and and another one, Congo, Russians are the actual political advisor of the presidents.
Yeah, they own them.
I wouldn't say really own them. It's just it's the trade they do, because this is very strategic. What the Russians are doing, it's in a sense I think they're preparing for war or something. It's very strategic. I gotta find it, because they're everywhere. They're making alliance. They're trying to get ports that are facing the Arabian Peninsula, like they got Eritrea, Djibouti, Egypt. So it's facing the Middle East. It's facing the Middle East.
Right.
So, for example, and when Boko Haram was kind of reigning terror on Nigeria, Obama refused to send weapons, or refused to approve deals of weapons with Nigeria, and so then Nigeria had no choice and turned to China. I'm not China, to Russia. Yeah. So I'm trying to find what they sold them. See, I have my notes because there's so much stuff going on. Yeah, no, it's so much going on. So
we're relying on you, Miss Beatrice. We're relying on you.
So when that happened, and that was in what year was that? Yeah, I forgot. Is it 2000? Yeah, that was and 2012. In 2012, Nigeria signed a contract with Russia for 12 Mi-35 helicopter gunships. So you can see the U.S. government was that. Yeah, even with South Africa, they gave them like how many planes, because they were like those war planes. How do they call them? I gotta actually find them. But they actually, they sent some in South Africa also. Forget about Egypt or Congo, because that's why Congo. That's why now it gets some form of stability in Central Africa and in Congo, because it's all the weapons and tanks and ammunition that the Russian have been selling to them. So we could say one tribe is dominating the other, but you can imagine the United States not happy with it because they probably were favoring the other tribe. And that's where Africa is very vulnerable to foreign influence because of tribalism. I said that before, because you're also so busy fighting between tribes that you cannot really focus on what's really happening to you. That's how Africa got conquered in the first place, because one tribe was selling the other tribes. Now the end, it was not even in your advantage. Yeah, I'm trying to find like what they sold to South Africa with John trade with. Yeah. Now Africa's doing really good because he had Putin signed a $500 million trade with South Africa, I believe. Was it $1 billion? I think it's $1 billion trade with South Africa. And
so like trade what?
It's mostly the same thing. It's give access to their port in exchange for military weapon.
I see.
And resources too, but they're mostly getting resources in Congo, of course. Congo and Central Africa. So they get the diamonds and Zimbabwe too. So I'm thinking that probably the Russian are trying to make a move on the Chinese, because remember, in order to have 5G network, you need cesium. There's only 3 mines known in the world: one in Zimbabwe, one in Canada, and one in Australia. And China is in possession of all of them.
Wow.
China is not only is possessed of all of them, China controls 90% of the production of them. Means we have to buy cesium from them. Actually, that's how the trade war started. It's because we found out that China owned all the cesium in the world. So right now, there's a company trying to dig another mine in Canada, because they're praying they haven't found the cesium, but they're praying we find them, because if you don't find them, we no longer are the dominant power in technology.
Right.
Yep.
And what's that called? Cesium? Cesium?
CESIUM. Cesium, yeah.
Oh, cesium. Okay.
But this takes long-term planning generations ahead of time, strategy, being very strategic. And many of us, to bring it back around, hey, I'm not putting us down. I'm not saying anybody here in the panel or in the chat room, but in general, look what we have fed and look what we suck up like slop, not even realizing what's going on in the world. With the things that we consume, with the things that we need to own, we really have to expand our mind. And many of us are really putting themselves in the path of actual death on all levels for their children in the future, to be subservient and to be slaves. We're handing over that. We have a foothold and a stronghold in Africa if we make up our mind to get back over here. And again, it doesn't mean we have to live here, but at least to be a part of the team all over the world globally, to be able to do something for ourselves. Do you want to be subservient to those who are making those moves? We're worried about this celebrity sleeping with that one. We're worried about this rapper. We're worried about this weed. We're worried about this whatever. Worried about these different things that really mean nothing. This thing called Hollywood. This thing called
commercialism.
Yeah, and we get the little money that we get, and we don't collectively bring it together or do something with it. We sit up here and I don't know, we're in la la land, a lot of us, and I'm not afraid to say it. I don't care who gets insulted, but look at these people making moves. I mean, these guys are making boss moves, if you want to say. These guys are the real gangsters. We are not actively doing anything. There's some of us who are trying, but many are not heeding the call. They're not doing.
Yep. Hello?
He fell off.
He'll come back. But he's right. Yeah. So, he's right.
We're not a cohesive unit.
No, we're not. Because what am I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say about when it comes to Russia. So yeah, it's like I said. This is the thing. Russia since the Cold War, but it was the Soviet Union. But that's why they have I would say a better relationship with Africa than China, because while they were the Soviet Union, they were undermining the Americans by helping African countries like Libya or Burkina Faso or Ghana. Yeah, that's to undermine the West. So that's why when, in 2000, Vladimir Putin started to reach out to African countries, it was pretty much easy for them. It's the same time China started trading with Africa, was in 2000. We got concerned when in 2014, Xi Jinping announced that bilateral trading now will be worth $500 billion.
That's crazy.
I know, that's when Obama's like, oh, we got to make our thing. We got to do this. We got to do that. But what Obama did was fucking nasty. Because he created AFRICOM. AFRICOM is not only like favorable, it's not favorable. It's not. It's a American excuse for them to conquer Africa. Because since he created AFRICOM, the United States have been doing 3,000 military excursions, 3,000 wars per year in Africa. What the fuck for? 3,000. Who the fuck you killing? Who you shooting? But I have something even more like alarming. So it came out this week that we actually have a secret army that nobody ever knew about. It's called Signature Reduction. An army of 60,000 soldiers, American, whatever they are, because they're higher than NSA, they're higher than CIA. Those people, they're so elusive, they could like change your sex, change your age. You don't know who they are.
Oh, wow.
And these people, they go in any country, assassinate whoever they want. Without they're not regulated by U.S. government, and they're from here. So they can murder whoever they want, do whatever they want.
Oh, wow.
Okay, even though I'm American, I find this extremely fucking inappropriate. I find it extremely inappropriate that you think you can walk in people's country and murder who the fuck you want. Not extremely inappropriate. Especially like we know how the United States have been dogging the third world countries who do not agree with them. Like any country that say no to the United States, before you know what, there's a coup. And now you're telling me, and now you're telling me there's 60,000 motherfuckers that can show up at any time and murder anybody they want? No, we got a problem. That's inappropriate. No, that's inappropriate. So in that sense, I think maybe it's a good thing that Africa is making alliance with the Russian, because actually, the Russian caught them, one of them. So because he was trying to recruit double agent in Russia, and he got caught, and whatever how they call the signature reduction just denied everything.
Really?
Yeah, denied everything. I think probably I was one of those motherfuckers that went to Haiti. Because there were like 6 motherfuckers. They show up with tons of weapons, tons of passport, like a bunch of different passports, a bunch of different identity card. They came in they came in to steal the other half of the gold reserves that they stole already.
Right.
Because in 1915, when they occupied us, they came to steal a gold reserve. That's what they did. And they're saying they're keeping it for us, for safekeeping. Get the fuck out of my face. Yeah. And then it's not only that. I'll tell you, because this is why they came. Because our Constitution, the Haitian Constitution says, I gotta find it. And in which article? Because then the 1805 Constitution said no white man is allowed to have land in Haiti. So that's the first thing that changed in 1915. So let's say find it which article that is. Yeah, Article 12 of the Constitution of 1805 says no white man of whatever nation he may be shall put his foot on this territory with the title of master or proprietor, neither shall he in future acquire any property therein. That's the first thing they changed in 1915. And that was at gunpoint because they took a gold reserve. The Senate was like, whatever, do you? Because they got bribed. Whatever they do you, they got bribed. But when they said the Constitution, they was like, no. So because they said no, so they held the Senate at gunpoint for a week.
Really?
Forcing us to change the Constitution. So that's when white people started coming left and right from Germany and the United States to marry black women here in old land. I mean, black women hate in old land. There's actually one of these assholes who declared himself as king of La Gonave. Yeah, he married one of the like. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, what kind of dumbass bitch would allow men to do something like that? Because she was the queen of La Gonave. She married him. He became king. Like,
Wow.
Okay.
She compromised herself.
Okay, from the beginning, the United States, I mean, it's true they got their freedom from England, but they're even worse than the previous colonizers.
Right.
Okay, when there's when in 1790, that's when Britain abolished slavery. When they noticed they could no longer buy slave, they started force breeding women, black women, to breed children. Like they wouldn't even wait the 9 months. So basically, the women, black women in America became worse than chicken, breeding children nonstop. That's fucked up, you know. No, our legacy, it's not even racism, it's imperialism. That's our legacy. That's what it's always been. And the Cold War is still based on it. It's because we cannot do whatever we want, so we declare war on the Soviet Union. When Stalin never said that we were a threat.
Right.
It's just we saw because the Soviet Union was huge, you know? It's like, because what happened is Western Europe, like France, Britain, they were broke. Okay? They were broke because war costs money. They were broke. So they depend on the United States to feed them whatever.
Bankroll them.
Exactly. So the only superpower that was standing against the United States were China and the Soviet Union. That's how the Cold War started.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's always about power. Always about power. And now, that's the thing too. There's a video by Russia Today where this political analysis said that the CIA actually, it's not government. It's not, how would I say it? Not directed by the government. No, it's directed by a bunch of rich people who decide.
Funded.
Yeah, not only funded, directed too. It's not even like government official that said this and that can be done.
Oh, I see.
Okay, it's like 1% motherfuckers who decide who can live or die, who can exist or not. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is inappropriate also. I don't think just because you're rich you can decide on the life or death of people. No. I don't think anybody should have that right anyway.
Well, we
government
understand
or
that.
not.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't think anybody should have that right. And now you tell me you got 60,000 motherfuckers that can show up anywhere and kill whoever they want, whenever they want. Because they're saying, oh, it's like they go to North Korea or the Russia. Get out of my face. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. It means you have 60,000 assassins. That's what it means. Because they're saying that you cannot identify them. You don't know who they are.
Right.
They're sleeper cell. You cannot identify them. They're like special force, came from all branch of military, and they're funded by several governments across the Western world.
Right.
So you might as well say there's 60,000 motherfuckers, 60 assassins that can show up anywhere and murder whoever they want if they're not in accord with the United States. That's extremely inappropriate.
It's like what was going on in Syria, what is going on in Syria.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised to hear that they have them there.
Exactly. So I'm very shocked that Assad is still alive. I'm very shocked. Because they killed Gaddafi like, I think because Gaddafi was trusting the Oreo cookie president. That's what it was. That's all it was. He didn't see that coming because he was black. No, only his skin is black.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep talking, sis. Keep talking. Hold on.
Yeah. No problem. So I'll try to like connect the link because I think, since the United States trying to have like a control over cesium by digging in Canada, if they ever find it. So what was the name of that mine? Because there's a mine right now they're having digging in no, not that one. Yeah, there's a mine they have right now in Canada that are digging, trying to find here it is. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so is that one? Yeah. It's called Power Metal. It discovered pegmatites at West Joe Dike. So I guess they're like ores of cesium. So basically, the fate of the West depends on that company, Power Metals. So they're hoping to find the cesium. Well, another mine of cesium in Canada. That's what the hope of the world is. And by doing that, then I guess the West will have equal foot with China or equal foot in dominance of technology.
Right.
Yep. So that actually kind of makes sense why Africa is ahead of the United States with 5G network, because Zimbabwe had it.
Exactly. There you go. Yes.
Yeah, Zimbabwe had it. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though, like, no, the Chinese are colonizers. Maybe the Russians are not. The Russian, they're like, this is what I forgot to say that. This is how Russia is subtle. China is creating the Silk Road from all the Asian countries through the Russia and the Eastern European country through Africa. They're creating the Silk Road. So like that, they have like a foothold in all the East. No matter the that's why like Russia doesn't do any trade with Western Europe because of the sanction. Now Russia depends on China and Africa. But this is why it's freaking out the US government. Russia, they don't want your land. They don't want to colonize you. They want African votes in the UN. Because Africa is the biggest group of votes in the United Nations.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So this is where even more Russia is even more subtle. China is giving you loans, and the loan is kind of fucked up because they say they give you a loan for infrastructure. Meanwhile, they bring them Chinese, their engineer,
of
and
course.
everything. Yeah,
of course.
You will get none of that money whatsoever.
Right. They give it to you as a loan, and then you pay it back to their people.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like if you give me a money, let me manage to get money. What the fuck? But Russia, they give you the money. Like right now, Russia paid $20 billion of debts and African debts. Just give away the money. So how can you say no to an ally like that? They're just paying your debts. And in exchange of paying your debts, they just want your ports, access to your ports.
And they're doing that all through the Caribbean too. So it's not just Africa. They're strategically placing themselves.
It's very strategic.
Yeah.
Very subtle. That's why the Chinese are very nervous. Because they're giving you money in exchange for your votes and your ports.
But the Chinese are very strategic in what they're doing also.
Yes.
You know, rest assured, if Russia has ports, I mean, if they're doing that with Africa, China is doing it with the Caribbean.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they kind of had a foothold in Haiti. But I think Trump, but no, it started with Obama when they drove their movies. They kind of stopped that because this idiot kind of rejected even Taiwan. He rejected a business with Taiwan or China or Hong Kong for the United States. So okay, but what have the Americans done for Haiti so far? You let me know. Because the country's still in rubble. And worse, they've been deporting all kind of sexual predators, rapists, kidnappers, and drug dealers, gangbangers in Haiti. And
oh God.
Conveniently, those guys are showing up with hyper sophisticated assault weapon on social media, and when you look at the assault weapon, they show it. It says "Made in USA."
How are they getting it?
I'm just saying. You know, and you got this. I don't call him a puppet. That's a subhuman. Every time, like you said, like he lost his mind when Marco Rubio went and visited him and talked to him. He was so throwing all kind of praises on social media, and Haitian were trolling him, man. Like, I mean, you're an embarrassment for a black person. Just embarrassment. What the hell? That's not cooning anymore. It's just embarrassing. Yeah, because it's worse. Because you cannot be okay with white people come in murdering your own race, your own kind. For what? For money? For what? No, that ain't right. That ain't right. And the thing is, we all know when his term is done, he won't be able to stay in Haiti.
Right.
So I don't think he can come here either. Cause we ain't gonna take that shit. Yeah, because Michel Martelly, the president before him, he was flaunting about stealing $2 billion from the money. What is it? Is it CARICOM? Yeah, he was flaunting about stealing $2 billion from it. They shut that shit down quick because people were booing him and trolling him. He was there having concerts, you know, and having like parading and shit in here, and people were like, "No, man, no, that's inappropriate." Especially if we know what you did. That's extremely inappropriate. Yep.
Is Lance listening?
I don't think so.
Lance, if you're listening, your mic is open.
We can hear your business.
Oh, the mic is open?
Yes, it is.
Sir.
We can hear your business.
Yeah. No problem. I was actually leaving you a message. Basically, and I can say this publicly also.
This
I just got knocked out, but I think my computer is completely knocked out. It's not. This is something weird. And internet buffers sometimes. You have certain issues sometimes. But this particular situation that just happened, it's not the normal thing. I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, like I'm so much more important than the
I wouldn't be
people that are coming after
surprised.
me.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised.
a lot of things happen. What happened? My computer just died. I have several here, but this one that I use for the streams just died, basically, right? And let me put my headphones on here and show my face, right? And so I had to go use another one that I had. Boom, here it is, right? But there may be things that I lose, but not really because I have everything duplicated elsewhere. But this just, the things we're talking about, it just shot, boom. And I tried to put it on. I did all the things, too much to list. That computer's dead. It's over there somewhere. So I took this other one, boom, took the same wires in and put them in. And here we go. We're back in business. But the bottom line is that it is what it is. Something happened, and there's something that's
what it is.
So and I will say this, not to get specific, but in the midst of the things that I'm not saying that are so good happening, we're still on the upswing. We're still rising up, and those things can come. But you know what? We don't stop. We keep going because we will be and are the winners. There's too much to list of goodness coming.
Yep.
And so much has been tried that I will not say, Empress G, you know the whole story, but we're winning. And the negative forces that are trying to stop this platform can't do it. I keep my mouth shut about a lot of things. That's the best way to whip those entities, because that's what I'll say.
Yes.
And we're going to get back to the show, but the outpouring of love and positivity and options that ever since certain negative energies were removed from my life, it flooded. And that's all I'll say. I won't get specific, but there's certain energies that they don't like it, but you can't stop it. Nah. You might knock out a computer or knock out a show, but in real life here, you're not going to stop it.
I'm reeling you in.
I'll reel it in.
But you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're buffing a little bit, but we good.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I ain't worried. I ain't worried at all. So, like I said, since the year 2000, so Vladimir Putin, like infiltrated, like without people ever knowing. It's just advanced itself geopolitically, and people didn't notice. It just out of the blue. Now you see Russia is in control. Now Russia is thriving in Africa. So for example, in 2016, they did a deal with Al-Sisi, the president. Is he president or general in Egypt? I don't know. He's a dictator anyway, and an asshole. So, so they did a deal in exchange for weapons and tanks and helicopters and whatever. He got access to the Sidi Barani base, basically the port. Not only the base, but the port that faced the Red Sea. Right. Everything they do is for the port. The same way they got with Eritrea, Sudan. They're all the same spot. Somalia, Sudan, Eritrea. So the same thing. They actually have an alliance, like organization they create that is called Kafka. The only country that's not in it is Nigeria. All the African countries are belong in it except Nigeria. Although Nigeria, when they need weapons or military training, they go to Russia. Like for example, in Central African Republic, in 2018, Russia deployed 175 civilian experts. So those are civilian experts. I wouldn't say it's like academia, because Blackwaters, who kind of murdered Iraqian, because there was a private military that went to Iraq and killed people. That was Blackwater. Blackwater kind of changed its branding for obvious reason and called themselves Academy. So the Russian one is called Wagner. But from knowing, I know a little bit of how Russian is, because Academy is privately owned. It's not regulated by the United States.
Right.
But nothing come out of Russia without Putin knowing. So I cannot say that Wagner is a semi-academic. So I would still put Wagner as FSB, but like probably like contractors versus FSB. But they're so secretive that a group of Russian reporters sneaked in Central African Republic in car to try to tape them without them knowing, and them Russian died. All three of them.
Oh wow.
That's how secretive they are about their identity, because all of them, they wear masks. They don't want people to know who they are. For obvious reasons. If you know there's 60,000 assassins, so why would you let people see your face?
Exactly. Could be a family member.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But this is what the world had come to. Like now, I mean, I don't know. It's inappropriate. Because now, for example, what happened in Bolivia? It wasn't the Bolivian, the extreme right that toppled Morales. No, it was the CIA. Because Morales was going to do a deal, exclusive deal with the Chinese for the lithium. Right. Meanwhile, Tesla needed that same lithium because Bolivia has the largest pool of lithium in the world. Because they used to deal with the German, and coincidentally, Tesla was going to do the deal with Germany. And Morales said he cut the deal with Germany and said he would exclusively do deals with China. 1 month later, he got toppled. Not even a month, 1 week later. 1 week later, after saying that, he got toppled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was fucked up how they did it, because they kidnapped his family and all the ministers, all the PM family, the vice president, everybody. And tell them they have to leave in order to, they will have to leave.
Stay alive.
Yeah, to stay alive. It's only after Morales left Bolivia, that's how everybody knew that he was toppled. Before you know it, it was the not even extreme Nazis that became the political leading party in Bolivia. Because it got so bad that they were terrorizing the indigenous. You know, the indigenous, they're a little shorter.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, they were terrorizing them. So, yeah. And unfortunately for them, general election happened. And at 90%, people voted for Morales' party. Before Morales was not president, but his party is ruling again. Which is the indigenous party. Which how it should be anyway. So which means the Americans spent all that money for nothing. Yeah, but you know, the thing is, and that's what the scandal with what's the name of it? Something Analytica. They got in trouble. Cambridge Analytica. Because remember with Facebook, Cambridge Analytica was funding
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Funding
yes.
Like influence on Facebook. But they found out the funding Cambridge Analytica was having access to do what it was doing came from Russia. And through the investigation, they found out that Cambridge Analytica funded like influence elections through social media in Guyana, Jamaica, yeah, you name it. Even in like, that's why there's far right movement in Poland, Hungary, Romania, Germany. It's the Russian. They say all the far right. Let me tell you, I mean, no. I mean, no. It's somebody
has his hand in everything.
Yeah, no. This like you don't fuck with him, man. Don't fuck with him. No. I mean, like, I guess he got his FSB training to the T. No, KGB training to the T. Because, you know, when you get into KGB, the first thing you have to learn is how to create disinformation. 20% of your training is learn how to create disinformation. That's why, they use that. That's why I guess he's an expert in that. So he used that expertise to create all that chaos while the election. Because that's his trend. It's basically what he's still doing in, because the thing, when I found out about the 60,000 assassin, I'm like, is that fake news? Yeah, I'm like, because I saw it in Russia today. I'm like, is that fake news? Because I started looking, but then I found other news network talking about it. I'm like, oh shit, it's for real.
Right.
Yeah, I found the New York Post, the what do they call it? New York Post and the Daily News. I'm like, whoa.
Washington Post and
the
all
Washington Post. Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's for real. I'm like, is that for real? Then that is inappropriate. No, that's inappropriate. I don't think you should have a group of fucking assassins murdering who you want because they don't agree with you. Because that's exactly what you're gonna do with them. It has nothing to do with democracy. No. You just have power to go murder who you want, who don't agree with what you want to do. And that's inappropriate.
Right.
Basically, Africa is the battleground now. Battleground of a war by proxy between the West and the East. In all of this, I think Africa should find like the middle ground where what is its interest, like what is Africans' interest in all this. Even though they're getting weapons, they're getting infrastructure from the Chinese, they're getting weapons from the Russian and political alliance, but what is our interest in this? Yeah.
Africa is not one country.
No, I know it's 54 countries.
I know you know that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying there's how do you bring everybody together at the table to speak the same language? You understand what I'm saying? When I say speak the same language, I mean the same language of politics and commerce and strategy to make sure that Africa protects Africa.
Exactly.
How do you do that? That's the challenge right there.
Yep. Because so far, 35 countries have alliance with Russia. Vladimir Putin already have received at least 20 African leaders in Russia. China has trade with all African countries except Botswana and maybe Ghana. No, it's two countries that don't want to fuck with the Chinese like that. Because especially Botswana. Botswana said, you cannot give me money and then you tell me what I need to do with the money. You cannot give me money and tell me that you got to bring your people, your infrastructure. No, that don't work like that.
Right.
That Botswana was like, no. But this is what their excuse was. Oh, that African are lazy. Bitch. You wouldn't even know how to cultivate. You wouldn't know how agriculture or monotheism without African. How are we fucking lazy? You wouldn't even know music without us. Shit, you wouldn't even exist.
There you go.
Because come from Africa.
There you go. There you go. But greed and
I don't think it's only greed, but it depends on the African country too.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
I would say greed and colonization and the stealing and replacing of spirituality with Christianity. The fact that they can control them with Christianity. All of those play a significant part in how much they can go in, and the word that I want isn't coming to me right now, but all of that plays a role in the manipulation as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, they do. Yeah, all of that. But yeah, exactly. Because it's just like Lance said in the last show where we were talking together, where he said that certain African cultures where people like value the lighter skin and calling you white, like is that that's a sickness. That's
That's
a
a
sickness.
brainwash.
Yeah, that's a sickness. Okay.
They look at those people as gods. Those are their
Yeah,
gods.
exactly.
But think
No.
about it.
Yeah.
If somebody comes into your country and tell you that they want you to believe in this God, right?
Yep.
And this God created them, and this God, and they're white, right?
Yep.
Therefore, God is white. Therefore, the white man is God.
That's crazy.
Or the closest representation to God that they will see.
Yeah, with the white Jesus and white everything. But meanwhile, Jesus came from Egypt.
There you go.
Abraham came from Africa. Okay, you can say whatever the fuck they want. Abraham came from Africa. So, which means the original Jews, and Kwame Ture said it. The original Jews, before Jews started coming from Germany and became the ruling tribe in Israel, they were black.
Right. Right.
They were black.
Right.
Right now, yeah, I saw another documentary about what's going on. It's not only the Ethiopian Jews they're deporting, even American black Jews they're deporting.
Really?
But in a sense, I don't feel bad for you at all. I don't.
What are you doing over there?
No. Okay. I mean, they're racist towards Palestinians. What is it going to happen to you? You're blacker than Palestinians. I don't feel bad for you. Especially when I saw there was a debate with 5 students. One was from Ethiopia, one from Nigeria. The Nigerian stood his ground. One was from South Africa, but she was white, actually a white devil. The way she was speaking, I cannot call her any other way. White devil. Yeah, because she said that Africa wasn't civilized until her ancestors came in, and that white people come from Africa.
Really?
Yeah, I can prove my ancestors came from South Africa because we moved there in 1600, but that still make you a fucking colonizer.
That's right, because guess where they came from, right?
Okay, that still make you a fucking colonizer. And actually, they were just trading. It's actually in the 1800s they started colonizing Africa because they never could infiltrate. Oh, that's why That's why they weren't the one getting the slaves to trade. It was actually African tribe who were selling them the slaves from Ghana and from Congo. When you say Congo, people get mad, but y'all were slavers.
Yeah, that's something.
Y'all were slavers. Tanzania too, in Libya, y'all were slavers.
And all those nomadic tribes that went around collecting concubines and selling them off to people. Yeah.
Yep.
So it wasn't hard.
No.
To come in and entice them with something they'd never seen before.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you keep eliminating your enemies, at the end, it's gonna be just you now. That's why it's easy to conquer you.
Right.
Because it's the same thing. Because you're so busy fighting with other tribes that you didn't even see colonization coming. And then to make sure that you guys are divided, they make some of you speak English, some of you speak French, some of you speak Spanish, some of you speak Italian and German, and you need visa to go and like ridiculous visas,
right,
to travel from one to another. Because to get to Ghana, to get to Ghana or Nigeria, you need to have somebody hosting you. What the fuck?
Really?
Yeah, no, you need to have somebody inviting you. You cannot just no, you can't. Yeah, and I heard it's extremely hard to get a visa to get there, like in Nigeria. That's kind of messed up, especially if you have black people wanting to come. Why you make it hard for black folks, man? It's not even from the United States, but from anywhere, even from Africa. You know? Yeah.
They want to keep us apart.
Yeah, and the perfect example of this right now is South Africa. True, we're getting all those weapons in South Africa, but it's not even you who's getting it because the ruling party are white. And now, that's the thing. They keep lynching foreigners. They're xenophobic, but they're not xenophobic against white people. Yeah, they're xenophobic against black people, but
Black
mostly
people.
probably because they're more accessible than the white folks. Because every time you hear like a poor Nigerian American get lynched by other black people. For what?
And this is in Nigeria.
No, in South
in
Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa.
Well, I mean, they gave Mandela a bly for a few years, right?
Yep.
And now he's gone, and it's back to business as usual. They're going to try to take over again. Although, wasn't I hearing that one of the South African prime ministers? I don't know what they call
them. That's what it is. Yeah.
He was trying to get rid of the Afrikaans. He wanted them to get out. He was telling them, giving them an ultimatum on, a certain amount of time to get out of the country. I never followed up with it to know exactly what the outcome, how that got squashed or what happened.
It will get squashed because they own 90% of the lands. So you cannot tell them.
Yeah, he was basically telling them to get off the land, to give back, give up the land.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So
that is crazy.
But Africa is the hot chick that everybody wants to get next to.
Yeah.
And people can't figure it out.
I'll tell you why. Because right now, Africa trading in general is worth $29 trillion. That's why everybody want a piece of it.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. The diaspora by itself, coming from the United States and from Western Europe, sends $60 billion. But in fact, Africa needs at least $100 billion of bilateral trading in order for it to thrive. So that's why we have no choice but to deal with China and now with Russia. With Russia, I said we have no choice because we don't have weapons like in the West, and especially because of the pact of colonization that France did with the ex-French colonies, where it says in the contract that they can show up whenever they want with the military force, whenever they want. What do you mean you can? Then how is the country sovereign exactly? And how is the country independent and sovereign if you say it can show up whenever you want with your army?
Right.
I think maybe that's why it's kind of like smart what Russia did, because they show up with the United Nations army. So Russia infiltrated all the United Nations army that's in Africa. The same way with Africa that was created by us, the United States. To dig in what's not our goddamn business. So Russia infiltrated Africa also. So a lot of the military power in Africa are Russian now. That's why Bolton was like, what Bolton said was just fucking stupid. I gotta find what Bolton said. He was saying that it undermines Africa's development. I gotta find what Bolton said. Because Bolton lost his goddamn mind when he saw that. Yeah, let's see, I gotta find it. What Bolton said. When I saw it, I was laughing. that Bolton is concerned about what black people thriving or not. Let's see if I can find it. I think it was in this article. Voila. Bolton. All right. So, former U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton even suggested in a 2018 speech that predatory practices pursued by China and Russia stunt economic growth in Africa. Oh, really? That's funny. Like y'all not doing that. Threaten the financial independence of African nation. Bitch, what the fuck Africa is? Give me a break.
Exactly.
Inhibit opportunities for U.S. investment. I keep it real. That's what you meant in the beginning. Inhibit. Okay, that's what you should have said in the beginning. Inhibit opportunities for U.S. investment. Interfere with U.S. military operation. Why are you there to begin with? Why are you in Africa? Why? That's my question. Why are you there? Okay? And poses a significant threat to U.S. national interests, national security interests. Like,
well, at the end of the day, we know exactly why, whether it's the East, the West, the South, the North, whomever, we know why they're there. We know why China is there.
It's the Cold War.
Comes right back to Cold War and resources.
Yeah, resources.
Africa has that continent has everything that the rest of the world needs to survive. Right?
Exactly.
Everything.
Yes, that's what it is.
Everything that the rest of the world needs to survive is right there on that continent in strategic locations, and they divvy up the continent into countries, and different people have whatever portion of those resources. You understand what I'm saying? So all it boils down to is that they are trying to secure whatever it is that Africa has to offer, and they'll do it by any means necessary.
Like
it's not about exactly. Exactly. It's not about the people. It's not about slavery. It's not about any of those things. It's how can we who think we have the right to that continent, how can we have access to those resources? How can we get rid of the people, the native people of that continent, so that we can have access to it? Whatever the powers out there that be, whoever it is that controls, that 1% that controls everything else on this planet, whoever they are, whatever they are, they need the resources that Africa has to offer, and they're utilizing the people in these other countries, putting them in strategic locations to take advantage of those resources.
Yep.
And we as dumbasses and dumb fucks, we just let them have it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, with Russia, 90% of the trading, 85% of trading with Africa is agricultural, because remember, because of the sanction from America. America and the European Union, they have now to rely on China in Africa, and like the 15% is weapon trading. I guess. Alliance for weapon, or weapon for alliance. I don't know. But Bolton even freaked out. He said something too. Bolton said that in the vote for arms deals in the United Nations, Bolton stated that such move keep strong men in power, undermine peace and security, and run counter to the best interests of the African people. Oh, really? Like, the best interest of the African people, Bolton. Oh, really?
Excuse me.
Yep. And because of the, ExxonMobil is in Mozambique. So right now, Exxon is very nervous because there are Russian mercenary deployed at Mozambique right now. Yeah, the only country who's not getting like those like mercenary or like military training is Nigeria. But like 35 other countries, yeah, they're getting it. So far, like I said, China is worth $500 billion of trading. The
Right.
United States, $37 billion. Russia is worth right now $20 billion. That's because it just started.
That's minuscule, right? Even
Exactly.
America, that's minuscule.
Compared
I mean,
to China. So that's why
right.
they say, like, can Russia really compete with China? Yeah, that's really minuscule.
Mm-hmm.
But Putin declared in 2018 that they will try to double it because he said it himself. It's like minuscule. It's nothing. So they will not try to double the trading to $40 billion.
But the sad thing is all of this trading, and they're trading with weaponry. The countries that they're doing these bilateral deals with are not really benefiting because your people are not benefiting. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to get my resources, like you said, agriculture, you're getting whatever I would normally feed my people with. You're getting that, right? You're not giving me money for what I'm giving you. You're paying me something that my people can't benefit from unless we're just going to kill and eat each other.
You're right about that.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I think we need to. This is the problem again. It comes back to tribalism. It always comes back to, especially like in Nigeria, Congo, Central Africa Republic. It's the same shit. It comes back to tribalism because some African countries, they don't like vote the competent candidate. They vote for the person that's in their tribe. That's stupid. Sorry, but that's stupid. Because it's like you're shooting yourself in your own foot. You're self-sabotaging yourself. They're even like they're trading among themselves. They rather deal with their own tribe than with somebody else. Like, how you want this country to ever advance? Because right now, Nigeria, is it 90% of the population is dirt poor? That's fucked up. 90%. And Nigeria is the richest country in Africa.
Yeah, but it comes right back to what I said.
Yeah.
All of these deals that they're making with these other countries out there, whatever they're trading in, it's not benefiting the people. It's not benefiting their country.
Yeah.
You understand? And if there is money exchanged, it's not going towards them. It's going into the pockets of the, those ones making the deals.
Yeah, because right now there's 10 of the fastest growing economy in the world are in Africa. So how come, okay, but how come
your people still suffering?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Exactly.
That made no sense.
Lance, you gotta get that T-shirt. I ain't lying.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta get that T-shirt.
Yeah, like you know what really like irks me?
No, we gotta sell it on the show. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I just had to say that. We have to get that T-shirt and we have to sell it on the show. Go ahead, hon.
What really irks me is why like them Nigerian wedding in Britain or in Dubai, you flaunting all that fucking money. And meanwhile, your people ain't getting shit of it. There was one wedding. This guy gave away 10 cars, microwaves, and a whole bunch of shit. Okay, it's cool.
Really?
But it's just, what I mean? Okay, but what about everybody else? I don't want wedding like that, man. Fuck that. That's too much. That's a waste of money. What you could open 2 schools with that exact same amount of money. In 2014, was it? There was I did with that paper because I had the article. there's a lady. She married her son, and she spent $6 million. Yeah, Nigerian lady.
She did what? She married her son.
Yeah, no, she had her son marry somebody in Brittany.
Okay.
Okay, whoa. No, but since she was in control of everything, so she's like an oil mogul, like petrol mogul. So she spent $6 million. $5 million spent in roses only.
That is messed up. You see, that's the bullshit right there. That's the problem right there.
Like,
that's the problem right there. That is the big problem right there.
You can open 10 school with that money. What the fuck?
10. Listen.
It's just like the Indian. It's the same thing. Like you see them flaunting their money in Dubai, doing the stupid ass reality shows on Netflix. But meanwhile, again, 90% of the population is either illiterate or dirt poor.
That's why sometimes these arguments are a moot point, because we can have all the statistics, we can have all the argument for why things should be different, but if the people in the country are not trying to help their own people,
exactly.
What are we? We're just talking heads. We're just talking.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin said it. He said that when an African gets rich, okay, he sends his children to study in France or Britain or the United States. When he wants to see a doctor, he goes to France, okay? He puts his money in Swiss bank, okay? So when he finally comes back to Africa is when he died, when he's going to die. So why are you mad when Vladimir Putin said that Africa's a cemetery? Because that's exactly how you treat it, as a fucking cemetery.
Right. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it comes back to the same thing. We don't have a us mentality. Yeah, we always say we don't have a us. Because what they're doing, they're hurting us, all of us, even themselves. Because you're doing all that shit going to Britain. White folks won't respect you. The Arabs, they won't respect you. It doesn't matter how much money you got. They don't give a shit about you. Because you're bending your black brothers and sisters and moving all that money in Dubai. They don't give a shit about it. That's why when Duvalier left Haiti with $500 million, man. He spent all of it in a couple of years. All of it. He was dirt poor.
How do you spend $500 million? Huh?
You see my face. Yeah, because at the end, he had to live at someone's place. That's how poor he was.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. And he was making the news because the French were mocking him because a man left Haiti with $500 million. Now he has to live with people.
Well, that's just karma. That's just karma biting him in the ass. That's all. Because, he basically wiped out that country when he left.
Clintons are still stealing from Haiti. They're not still. Right now, Bill Clinton has a factory. Like it wasn't enough that they're squashing a gold mine in Jacmel. Now Bill Clinton had to open a stupid ass factory in Haiti too. I think in Cape Haitian. And we just let him do it. Just let them do it.
What kind of factory?
I don't know. They're shirts and they do shirts and cell phones and tablets and all of that. But that's him. He's making money. Yeah, no, the Clintons are they're like a gargantuan greed that has no bound, man. If they could swallow the whole planet, they would. Because when the earthquake happened, the Clinton collected $6 billion. Where's that money at? That's one of the things that got her lose the election because Haitian were like, where that $6 billion at? Because remember when the Russians were leaking the emails? And one of the emails they found out from that $6 billion, she took $90 million and did a wedding for Chelsea Clinton.
$90 million.
Yeah, that money that was for charity for Haiti.
Yeah, I know.
So what that
did
bitch did?
They give away? Did they give away gold to the people that came?
I know, right? So
90 million. I'm sorry, Beatrice.
No, go ahead.
It just boggles your mind when you think about it.
$90 million donation.
$90 million
of donation for the Haitian Republic. Right now, I think the Jovenel Moïse Martelly stole $2 billion. He always saying it in public that he stole $2 billion. Like it ain't nothing. Like it's like a pride thing. Like what the fuck?
Well, I guess if everybody else can steal how many billions of dollars, why can't he steal too? I mean, listen.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. Yeah, it was like it's a Venezuela before Clinton fucked up Venezuela. Not Clinton, Obama fucked up Venezuela. They bought us $5 billion to like start all over, build the country, and Martelly just like spent the money between him and Jovenel Moïse. I think Jovenel Moïse have like $1 billion. He has $2. And of course, everybody it trickles down to the rest of the corrupt motherfuckers, and the Haitian and the Haitian population got nothing from it. Right now, Michel Martelly have several villas with helicopter platform. Like, what the fuck? And you see his children flaunting on social media, and we're so fucking stupid. We idolize them. What the fuck for? They're thieves. I don't understand this. Where your pride, man? What the fuck? No, it's not normal, especially if you know they're thriving on your own back, on your misery.
That's right.
So why are you idolizing people who are thriving on your misery? That makes no sense. We should not only troll them, we should give them fucking hell. Because they're here. They can stay in Haiti.
Simple-mindedness.
They can stay in Haiti. No, you'll get lynched. Yeah. And it's not even Haiti. It's the same thing in Africa. When they depose those presidents and they live with like millions of what the fuck? Like we should let them live with all that millions of dollars. No. No, there should be regulation for that in Africa. What are you going to do with that money? What do you need all that money for? No. That money stays in African banks. Fuck this. And what was that? Last week, I saw a documentary about Nigeria where all the majority of people retired, they cannot have access to their pension. Actually, to finally have access to your pension, you have to give money to the officials running the banks. You have to bribe them.
Pimping.
Exactly. For them to give you your own fucking money. That's too much corruption. That's way too much corruption. Yeah, I'm trying to find the name of that, the money, what was for. Because I forgot the name. Caribe, Petro Caribe. Yeah, it was because it was from their oil. The Venezuelan oil, they got the Petro Caribe money. So they borrowed us. It was just before Obama kind of fucked up Venezuela economy. They borrowed us that because we had like trade with Venezuela and Cuba. Cuba would give us doctors or like would invite students to study medicine in Cuba. Or Venezuela also, they would invite students. There still are students who goes to Venezuela to study from Haiti. And they would like give us oil in exchange. And, you know, the American came along because what happened is, let's keep it real. Venezuela has the largest pool of oil in the world, the largest reserve, and everywhere else is drying out. That's why in Saudi Arabia, they started like loosen up, you know, their Sharia laws, inviting tourists, creating hotels. That's because there's almost no oil. That's what it is.
So they need other forms of commerce.
The world is in crisis. I tell y'all, war is coming. I don't know if it's with China or with Russia. Well, right now there's a Cold War, but war is inevitable.
It has to.
Because there's almost no oil. That's why they're doing all that bullshit to Venezuela. Because they need Venezuelan oil.
But I mean, they have untapped oil in, you know, right around the, you know, the Caribbean Sea, right around those islands right there. They have untapped resources. They haven't really gone after it yet, but they know it's there.
Let me tell you what. When the earthquake happened in Haiti in 2012, and you know, when you go on Google Map around Lago Nav, you saw a massive pool of oil. You saw that for 2 days. The third day was gone.
Siphoned off.
No, you don't see that image anymore.
Google Earth took it off. Okay.
You don't see that image anymore.
Of course. Can't let that be seen. Can't show that.
It's so true that when the earthquake happened, the United States came the next day, and as they came in, they completely blocked the airport. Nobody else can come in but Americans. And coincidentally, there was oil in our Gulf.
Of course. Oh yeah.
Wow, very good points.
Yeah. So it's like I said before, the more there is like chaos in a country, the more they have resources. It shouldn't be like, oh, why are you so poor? Why you can't get along? What you should ask yourself is what kind of resource they have.
What do we have? Exactly. There you go. It's just like with the news. When you see some kind of chaos happening where it's going to take everybody's attention and we're all going to be focused on it, ask yourself what else is going on that they're, you know, trying to hide from us. What are they keeping us from knowing? Don't get caught up in the, oh my God, there's drama, there's chaos. Take a deep breath, look around you. Something else is happening. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like Baina Bello said, but that was like in 1980s, 1970s. That was a long time. Where she said that, you know, the white man shows up to Haitian or the Africans, like, why are you so poor? Why you don't have your act together? She said they said they should have to respond that I am poor. I don't have my act together because you rape my grandfather. You rape my grandmother. You rape my land. That's why I'm poor. And you still are raping my land. That's why I'm poor. But the thing is, this is why I said war is coming. Like clove is made out of oil. This is made out of oil. Your toothbrush made out of oil. Everything now. It's not only like gas for your car. A lot of things are made out of oil.
Petroleum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're still being integrated. I mean, it's just I don't know why we keep Africans keep electing corrupt leaders, man. Why y'all keep doing that? Even if it's tribal, why you gotta elect the one that is corrupt?
Well, look at what happens when you get one that isn't corrupt. Look
Oh
at
yeah,
what
they get
happens to them.
assassinated
Okay.
because because France by itself is responsible for the most political coups in Africa. That's why they fired the president, the ambassador of the African Union.
Americana.
Yes, that's why they did, because she was talking against
She was
France.
talking too much sense. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, she was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know, see, they brought her in there expecting her to be just a, you know, the nice little lady
Exactly.
that she is. You know, she's a doctor, you know, and, you know, thinking that she was easily manipulated. And she took a look at things and was like, wait a minute, as most
Exactly.
women would do,
Exactly.
you know, if you're not easily compromised. And she took a look and it's like, why are we allowing this to happen?
Exactly. Because of France by itself, so far, let's say so far, is responsible for 16 coups. So far. 16 coups. You got Togo in 1963, Central African Republic in 1966, Mali in 1968, Burkina Faso 1987, and the list goes on.
But look at this. I mean, what she actually put out there. The countries that France controls, whatever monies they make, they have to give it to France to hold it, right?
Yeah, that made no sense.
But if they want back some of that money, they have to take it in the form of a loan.
Yeah,
and pay interest on the money. What kind of madness is that? What kind of madness is that?
That's crazy. That's just crazy. Yeah, she
and
was
why
speaking
isn't there
the
an
truth.
uprising? Why isn't there an uprising? Why isn't there?
Because she said too, when some of the countries said no, I think she said, was it Mali or Djibouti? Because she said what they did, they kind of clogged all the sewage canals, everything, all the plumbing and with cement.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it took all the infrastructures, and that's what they did, and kind of basically bullied Djibouti, which forced all the other countries to comply to it. That's why when the first African Union, like half of it, 60% of the country said they want nothing to do with colonizers, and 40% said yes, because of course their money is still being held hostage by France and Belgium.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Africans, I mean, black people in France are called all kind of monkeys. All kind of monkeys. But when it's the World Cup or whatever, the same championship, oh, they're French. They're French. That's why they got mad when Trevor Noah said the African. Yeah, they're fucking Africans. That's what they are.
That's right. That's right.
He said it, because if they wouldn't have won, you would call them again all kind of monkeys. But he said when in France, they throw banana at them, call them all kind of monkeys. But when it's a World Cup, oh, they're French.
Isn't that something?
Nah, man. Nah. We're not French.
For real, PA. For real.
We're not American.
For real. Karma never loses an address. For real.
I think so too.
That's
why when I watch,
I got to
write that down, Brother Lance. Write that down.
That's true.
Write it down.
That's why when I saw the I got a little irritated when I was watching the Ethiopian saying that, oh, we're Israeli, we're not black, we're Israeli. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you mean the ones that were taken over there?
Yeah, like we're not black, we're Israeli. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bitch, your nose is as white as mine. Your lips is as big as mine. What the hell you mean you're not black? Your skin is as dark as mine. What are you talking about? Yeah, because now, just like in Europe, they're calling those people all kind of retards and monkeys and like, what the fuck? And now they're saying that they're a threat to national security, so they're deporting them. The same people they brought in, now they're deporting them. I heard 40,000. They're deporting 40,000 black Jews.
We should just call them Jews. They do have a point, you know, because I mean, we're all trying to step away from this this black, you know, that they've put on us.
What the fuck? You mean the Frank is Brandon and what the fuck? Even the money has to be Brandon Fred. What the fuck?
What is that?
Even the money has to be printed in France. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's messed up, bro. That's messed up. That's really messed up. Maybe that's why Mali and Niger and they start getting weapons from the Russians, and that's why French is like, oh shit, Stella's getting her act together. What the fuck? You know, to me, it's like you should find from all that bullshit your middle ground. What's not only what's good for you, but for us. What's good for us?
Rashawn is here? Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yep. So, I'm going to go to the restroom and I'll be right back because I really need to pee.
Go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've been holding that stuff for almost 2 hours. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Talk to me, Empress Ella G.
You have the floor, Brother Lance.
I have I've been over here stuffing my face, just kind of checking things out, and the conversation is pretty good and everything. So I'm just letting it flow. It's got to be like that sometime. I have some other stuff. In the matter of fact, I got to redo some things since it's not on that computer that went out. Some more of a set that I recorded, and there's going to be a lot more good recordings coming up. And like I said, the more I get settled in, there'll be more good stuff to look at. I'll just keep like something strapped on this side of the head. Wherever I look, there'll be recordings. They'll be all over the place. A lot of, that's the way it seems, right? I haven't been putting the output that I want because of the other things that I've been focusing on. So, you know, those things are coming. Those things are coming. And I'm looking forward to a lot to put the work in, you know. So much to do, but this is what I'm put here for. This is my mission. This is what I'm here for. And it's just a joy, you know. So how are you feeling?
Right. I'm good.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling fine. You know, Sister Beatrice, she always brings, you know, a ton of information and research.
When she flows, it's very interesting. You know, when you really look at it, very few people can keep up with her. Like, say, for example, when you look at the people who are on these news, so-called mainstream news platforms, and they're fed things, she researches and she shoots it right off from the hip. And we got to realize it and applaud her and give credit where credit's due. She's very talented and she's good at what she does with the workload that she has. You know, 6 classes. And she's taking care of a mother who hasn't, you know, unfortunately has an illness and, you know, just other things on a major level, and still can come on and do these shows and write like she writes. That's a talent and that's an ability. And, you know, that's something that I'm just so grateful to have to share on the platform. You know, and like I said, it's not about me, but, you know, we knew for many, many years when I used to drive the bus. And I would have never known that if you told me like years from now, you know, you can get on and she's going to get on and bring these phenomenal shows. I always knew then she had talent, but I wasn't there yet to even have a platform. I did, but it involved no live stream, you know. I think when we connected, it was like YouTube was like for 2 or 3 years. That's it. And I wasn't even thinking about YouTube. You know, I was in other lanes and whatnot. So to see how we can find the value in each other and evolve and really come out and come together for a good purpose. But it hurts me because a lot of us are slipping overall. And when I said that, it was that's what everything went out. That we don't. Some do, but the majority don't. Oh, here she is. She's back. Let me hand her back in on the screen. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I came back incognito.
Yes.
Brother Rashawn, I'm going to drop the link. It's good to see you in the chat. I'm going to put the link for Cash App and PayPal. We don't have Super Chat right now. So that's the reason why you can't.
Yes.
Right.
A super chat is disabled by YouTube because, you see, let me just explain how it works. When they give you a strike on your channel saying it's either hate speech or medical misinformation because of the people who don't want to take the jab, so to say, you'll have a week of a ban. The second strike they give you, it's 2 weeks if that first one is still in effect. If you do a third one while the other two are in effect, they just take everything down. So, once you have that one, 3 months after that, even when it wears off as far as the punishment is concerned, you have 3 months of a disabled super chat. You know what I mean? There are other ways around that. If you can drop that link in there, Empress G. But like I said, we have a little echo. Oh, there it goes. I know I heard my voice.
That's me. That was me.
Oh, no problem. No problem. So we have until like the 26th of June before that opens up again. So that will be, just the way it is. Like they just want to do everything they can. Let me just throw something in here very interesting. And I know I had the thing on Beatrice right now. Let me just throw my face in there and give her a break for a second. There's a new set of guidelines for YouTube that's coming up. I don't know the exact details of it all the way, but they've been shooting it to everybody who has a YouTube channel, whether it's monetized or not. And this is what they're doing. This part of the whole censorship thing, right? And this kind of goes along with what we're saying, but on a way far different branch. They got a thing now that they're going to be dealing with facial recognition. And I got to really talk to somebody to see how it works with YouTube. And so basically what they're saying, and I think I sent that to you, Empress G. Did I? I think I did, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay. But the way they stated it, I'm not going to read it verbatim. It's not too long. But the way I understand it is that you have to have permission for everybody's face that's in your video. So that means you can't. I saw it. You saw it, right? Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, so that means I guess they're going to, you're grandfathered in because people do videos in the street. You're going to get strangers' faces. It doesn't mean you're shooting their face because I'm going to find them or stalk them or whatever. But they say unless you can get permission from the person who you videotape, then it's no good. You can't put it up. It's a TOS, terms of service situation, and they'll knock that video down. Well, then YouTube is just going to have to take like 95% of their videos down because most of them are not a person just, being a talking head. That was strange. What's the other one? Monetization of channels that are not monetized. Like say you have a channel that you don't have it monetized. You just like to put stuff out there. You put family stuff out there. They don't monetize those usually. They'll monetize a channel that's monetized. We know this channel is monetized, but that's not what I came out here for. Whatever I get, I get. I'm not stressing it that way, right?
Yeah.
$1 million. Okay, let's get that straight. But non-monetized channels, YouTube says that they have the right to put ads and make money off of non-monetized channels. So whether you monetize it or not, it could be just a graduation. It could be you with a grandchild, your little thing, something cute that you shoot to your friends. You can't use YouTube like that anymore without ads popping up. So if they're gonna monetize or put ads on those channels, which I feel, and I don't have the numbers, but I feel are the majority of the videos out there, most people go on YouTube. They're not, I'm gonna monetize it, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna monetize it. No, they use it to do what they do, right? So they'll probably make more money from those channels by putting ads on it than they will monetize channels. So they don't have to depend on the creators anymore that are monetized. Facial recognition will just knock you off because you took a picture of a crowd, a video of a crowd. Right. So I'm going to alter how I do things. And again, I'm going to do more things on the site, LanceScurv.com, and that other platform that I use on there for the things that I can't do. So that's why I stress and urge LanceScurv.com, LanceScurv.com for the things that we can't do on YouTube, because YouTube is showing their behind, and it may not seem like a lot, but they've already done enough. I'm not complaining because I got other platforms, but I just want to make sure that everybody can make sure to actually go there, because many people, well, Lance, I haven't seen you for 2 or 3 weeks. Like when you're banned, LanceScurv.com, LanceScurv.com. We got everything independent going on over there, and it is independent. As a matter of fact, we had this weekend, we did some work on it to make it better. I won't go into detail, but it's there, and it's always going to be there, and it's independent. You know what I mean? So let's get back to the show. Too much of the whole commercial break right there. I just want to let everybody know what's going on behind the scenes, because there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than just the videos that you see. There's a lot of work going on into different things, and better is coming.
Oh, back me.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it's just like you said. Like, yeah, definitely go on Lens website. Actually, I just shared with him an article that really explained what the Cold War was about. And what I am talking about today, I have a piece where I talk about the relationship between China and Africa, but now I'm gonna add Russia to it to explain like all the facet of what's going on. That's why I'm glad that Liz took a minute before inviting me on his platform, because it's dance. It's really dance. And this is, if the 60,000 assassin didn't alarm you, let me tell you something else. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Because what year shit? 2017, Dilyana Gaitanzeva, she put out an article because that thing was so fucked up. Artie had to talk about it. Where she spent 2 years going to Serbia to see what's going on, because all the shady shit that the United States been doing, they go through Serbia and Azerbaijan. So she said there has been 350 diplomatic flight. They use diplomatic flight to carry their bullshit, carrying weapons for terrorists. Okay. So these flights, they have been going to Syria, of course, Iraq, of course, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Congo. So basically, this is why the Chinese or the Russian are making them nervous, because the United States are sponsoring the tribe that's in their favor. And of course, the Chinese will do the exact same shit. So they're supporting or sponsoring the opposing tribe. But Russia is sponsoring the tribe that gives them alliance and access to their port and resources.
Right.
So that's why the title today is Africa is the new battlefield for the Cold War by proxy. It's by proxy because you have 3 superpowers. Not only 3, because now you also have the European Union. So 4 superpowers fighting for control. And because Africa, it has an unlimited supply of resources. You got diamonds, silver, and even lithium. Zimbabwe doesn't only have cesium, they have lithium. I think what else? There's another country that has it too. Because I think Congo has it too. And you need that lithium for the electronic cars. So you can see why the Americans are giving Russia the side eye and China, because they can use that lithium themselves. But there's the thing: why everything has to be for you? Why African nation cannot enjoy that lithium themselves or the cesium themselves? That's my question. Why? It's true. Like we're 90% of some of the African countries are poor, and we're making money off the relationship between China and Russia. But have we ever stopped and think about the 90%? Like why they cannot enjoy from that labor, the fruit of the labor too, if they're any labor. I think that's why Botswana thrive better than the other countries. because after they ended, luckily, right after in the 1960s, after they're independent, they found the diamond mines.
Right.
But the forefathers, instead of keeping it all for themselves, privatizing it, they decided to share it with the people. That's why from all the African countries, Botswana is the one thriving the best, along with actually they even found a consensus between the tribes. That's why they're not fighting. Because there's a consensus. They have to agree on everything.
Hmm.
And this is what Botswana did even better. And I'm surprised that nothing happened in Botswana yet. Because they said there's human rights violation, but they're doing better. Because that's why, of course, that's why white people are saying that, oh, there's a human rights violation. They always have to find something to talk shit about. Because, you know, before, like in Congo too, they would get the raw material and create like, you know, like those expensive jewelries. But Botswana was like, no, we refined it. You will buy the jewelry from us.
That's right. And that's what more of those countries should be doing.
Exactly. Congo tried to do it, but you see what's going on in Congo now.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and Ghana, Ghana's president started saying that too. Like, you know, French get cacao from Ghana. He's like, no, we should like finish the product and sell it for more now.
That's right. Don't give them the raw goods and they take it and they create chocolate and sell it back to you. You sell them the damn chocolate.
Exactly. So that's what Botswana started doing for a while now. Yeah, you buy the finished good from us.
And that's what more of those countries should be doing. That's how you will see the African countries benefit from this bilateral trading, you know, agreement that they have. This is how you benefit. You create, you have the resources, the natural resources. You do whatever it takes, refine it, you know, mine it, refine it, you know, break it down into whatever necessary parts it needs to be, and then sell it back to them. Don't give them your raw resources. You can't do that. You understand? And if I come into your country and I tell you to be afraid of XYZ person, right? I create fear in you because I tell you that you run the risk of being invaded, colonized, whatever, right? And you need weaponry to protect yourself. Give me your natural resources. I will give you weaponry to protect yourself. What's going to happen? You're going to take everything that you get on your land that is free, and you're going to give it away for nothing, for fear.
Yep.
You give it away for the price of fear. That's it.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I think there's a new gold mine that got discovered in Congo, but they said for now they kept it secret.
Well, it's not a secret anymore.
It was on social media. I saw it on YouTube. Yeah. But they said they kept the location secret.
It ain't a secret anymore.
Yeah. And it's on social media.
Mm-hmm. All they need now is to just go in there and start asking just the right people, and you'll get answers.
Yeah. That's why I think the smartest move was from Botswana, because when the Chinese came in, they're like, no, if you give me money, give me the money. Don't tell me you're gonna come with your people. That worse. Not only they bring their people, they bring 90% of the workers or their people. The money has to come from China's bank. They're not gonna give it to you. The money for the infrastructure has to come from China's bank. It's not gonna be in your bank. So there's no advantage whatsoever for you. And like a few, yeah, and when you cannot pay back the loan, then they scorch the earth from everything you got.
And you know they have CERN, and so they will create anomalies in places where there shouldn't be any natural disasters. They will start creating things. Because you noticed the other day they said that Tanzania, however you choose to pronounce it, they were expecting tsunami. How is that possible?
Oh no, the weather control they
Or
have
some
them in.
hurricane or some
Yeah,
really bad, people were chopping down their palm trees and doing all sorts of things to protect their properties, protect life. Nothing happened. But you see, they put that fear in them that the potential for this thing to happen is there.
yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
How
I
does that
mean,
happen when things come off of the coast of Africa and go west? It don't come from somewhere else and go into the country and onto the continent.
yeah. Yeah, the United States has several, Mexico has several, Canada has several, Australia has several. There's plenty in Europe because it was first it was only us, but now
Mm-hmm.
those devices they're everywhere.
Right. Keep talking, sis. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's like an antenna. I don't know what it's like a satellite, and I don't know what they do, and they can fuck up your weather. So, which makes you very suspicious of some, cyclone or hurricane happening. So you don't know if it's natural or not. Because we were able of doing it already in Vietnam. What we would do, we would throw nitrate, because nitrate in the air, and the nitrate mixed with the air would naturally create that flooding, like torrential rain that would create flooding. That's what we would do in Vietnam. So I guess now we found the technology to actually doing it remotely. But I don't know. It's just it's not only that with the battleground. It's just I think African really needs to find like what's the middle ground, what's the best in your interest. Because I was reading about the arm deal that nobody knows about. She said that according to the document, Silkway Airline offered
Sorry about that.
diplomatic flights to private companies and arms manufacturers from the U.S., Balkans, and Israel, as well to the militaries of Saudi Arabia, UAE, and U.S. Special Operation Command, or USOCOM, and the military forces of Germany, Denmark, and Afghanistan, Sweden, in Iraq. Like, what you want to bet? All them countries. That's where the assassins come from.
Yep, I wouldn't even bet. I would say yes.
Because they didn't know
It's
she
not
was
hard
doing
to
this
imagine.
article. They didn't know she was doing this article. And the Serbian not only, I can share the link. They not only gave her like the spill the tea, they even spilled like passport. Oh no, I'll have to share the article because the passport are not there anymore. Because that's why when I saw it, I just downloaded 2 of them, and you see the American passport, you see the weapon, what numbers and everything, the plane and the documents. I have all of them. So a good thing I did that because you don't see them anymore. Yeah, I got there's like 4 passport in there and all kind of pictures, and then it will show the weapon, and she zoom in and you see manufactured in the U.S. Yeah, I can share the article and the link like afterwards because actually I can do it now. I just put it in the link. Yeah, I can do it right now. Yeah.
Send it to me. I'll put it in the link because he has it set up where.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I gotta up. Yeah.
Just email it to LanceScurv.com and I'll put it in there for you.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll send it to you guys.
Okay.
Yep. Because it's 2 articles, and let me go back, and I send it to you guys because you can see everything. Because I just click on the link, you don't see anything anymore. Because I'm like, when I saw it, I'm like, damn, this chick is still alive. Yeah, because she was spilling the beans on the Serbians too. You know? Because imagine how the United States feels like when Serbians are spilling out passport and weapons. And she gave like everything, the flight list, the name on the flight list. So I don't know if you can see them anymore. I mean, you cannot zoom in on them anymore. But yeah. But I guess if you look up her name, you can find out. Because I try to look it up, you cannot find this article anymore. I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why when I saw, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna download that stuff. I'm like, let me download it because you never know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see if I can send it right now. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I was looking at emails. T-Mobile said that I might to change my number again. I'm not doing that. It's ridiculous. I cannot every 5 minutes I change my number.
What?
Yeah, because to stop getting those pornographic texts.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, because I'm wondering who shared my information because I wasn't getting them until I started changing my number for Chase, PayPal.
Do you have any internet numbers? Do you have a Google number?
I had a Skype, but I cut the service. Yeah.
No. Do you have a Google number? Get a Google Voice number.
Oh, and put it in instead.
Yeah, get a text me number.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it might be the thing too. That's why I don't like to have WhatsApp or whatever on my phone because when you get them nasty texts when you do that with WhatsApp. So that's why I don't like to have that on my phone. Yeah, those not only WhatsApp, the other one too. Yeah, for some reason. So let me see if I have it there because I know I uploaded it. I always like upload articles on my Google Drive just in case.
Right.
See if it's there. And I'll send it to you guys.
Share this video, family. Share it. Like and share, please.
Yeah. Because it is too. Because that's my question. Like, you really need. It's true. Like, it's advantages to you getting the weapons, getting the alliance, but you got to really see: is it in Africa's interests?
Exactly.
Yeah, is it in Africa's interests? All right, let me just. No, I don't see them. I have to upload them. Let me do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to upload them.
Yes, Eric, she's still alive.
All right, so let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, it's not there. Yeah, because I have a thing that says article.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, article. Okay, here we go, man. That's one of the oldest articles. Okay, here it is. Here it is. But there were 3. I'm surprised I don't have the 3rd one because it was 3 articles.
Mm.
Yep. So, all right. I'm uploading them now. They're PDFs. Of course, they're PDFs.
Oh, okay.
And I just, when I saw it, I just saved them as PDF.
Okay.
All right. And I'm about to send them right now.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, what is that? All right, so. All right, so do it by. Yeah, that's my way.
Where did you send it?
I'm trying to find them there first because I just upload them. You know how the Google is. What? Let's see, whoa. Where they at? Because I just uploaded them. Dang it. What's the name of it? It's 350 flight carry weapon in U.S. Task Force. Okay, so I see the name. I'm just going to look it up. So, all right. I'm sending it to you right now. So, let's see. To Lance. The Gmail, right?
At LanceScurv.com. LanceScurv. You want it to go there?
Lance,
you want to go?
I'm sending it to both.
No, you can send it to Lance. I got so many. I got so many different ones. Yeah, Lance at LanceScurv.com. Sorry about that.
So don't worry about it.
You corrected me. That's happened for years. Could you imagine the Yahoo days? I had like about maybe 6 different email addresses there, and I found some of them. And I looked through like, man, that was all. Yeah, like 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9. All in
So what I'm doing, I'm sending
like about.
Yeah, I'm sending both the link and the PDF. Is it by name? It might be by date. Be easier finding by date.
Oh, you know, me and PDFs don't get along.
No, that's why I'm sending the link.
Doc.
Yeah, I'm sending it like that too. So
oh, okay.
do that. Yeah, I'm
all
sending
bases.
both. Yep. So here we go. Gun smuggled and that one. So open. But you can also, like the one I send you, just upload them to Google Drive and it should work. And now I'm sending. All right, let me get them from wrong button. Google Drive. I kept clicking on the paperclip every time. So it's like the one that says books. All right. Let's see.
I tell you.
There's one.
Rashawn, it's so good to see you, really and truly.
Okay, just you want the links, right? Or just do I like?
Yeah, we want the links. Yeah.
Okay, drive links. Okay, I insert. Damn, they're heavy. Because it's still uploading the PDF. So.
Okay.
Because when that came out, so turn link on or whatever. Share with both people. Yeah, whatever. Why is asking me that? All right, you should get it now. Because when that came out, at the same time, Russia Today, I think. Was it Russia Today or the other one? Because there's Russia Today and there's the other one. There's a Russia channel, but that channel doesn't exist anymore. It was Russia something. They said that the Americans, like, this is the reason why ISIS is no longer in Syria or Iraq. Because the remnant of them, they're dropping them in, is it Kyrgyzstan? Because it's right next to Russia. So that's why they were dropping them.
Right.
Yeah, I find which. I forgot the name of the god. Is it Kyrgyzstan? One of the stands, because there's 4 stands. Yeah, they're like 4 or 5 stands.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I gotta find what it is. Oh,
you see it, right, Lance?
The articles, yeah.
Did it again?
Yeah, I should
you see the articles, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna put them in the chat, or you want me to do it?
Oh, you can go do it. You can do it.
Yeah, so it was in Turkmenistan. That's where they would drop them. Because Turkmenistan is right next to Iran and Russia.
Turkmenistan? I've never heard
I know, right? Yeah.
What'd you say? Turkmenistan?
I know, right?
Turkmenistan.
No, this is why it's fucked up. The war against Iraq, it wasn't supposed to be Iraq. It was supposed to be Iran. Because besides Venezuela, Iran has the largest pool of oil. So what they did when they went to Afghanistan, it was by design. Because the Taliban, they control the opium. They didn't want the opium trading in their country. They didn't want that. So they've cultivated poppies, but they don't want opium. So they got rid of the Taliban, and now this ought to be like that's why you got a opioid problem here. Where do you think that opium came from? Where did it come from? From Afghanistan. So their plan was for that drug to be smuggled to Iran to like destabilize Iran, but the Iranians they weren't having it. So, but it's kind of fucked up. But if you're a crackhead, they just put you in prison. They don't want to deal with you. Just put you in prison. Isolate you from everybody else. That's what they were doing. Before you know it, they had the opioid problem on lockdown because everybody that was like an addict, they just put you in prison so they don't have to deal with you. It's kind of fucked up, but Instead of them being affected by it, we got affected by it with the opioid epidemic.
Right.
But it was an epidemic because it was white folks dying of of opioid. You know, black folks been dying of crack and whatever. Nobody give a shit about us until there's an opioid epidemic.
That's a true statement that Brother Rashawn put up there, Brother Lance, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Every other group of people support each other. Rashawn's comment.
Yeah.
We don't support each other.
Exactly. That's why they have a way in. Yeah, and yesterday I was watching a documentary that was, that's how I know I saw that because the conflict in the Middle East. It's the Americans and the British who created it. Because after beating the Ottoman, they kind of split up the Middle East and created Iraq, Iran, Turkey, and what's the other one? Iran. Is that it? Syria. Yeah, Iraq, Iran, Syria, Turkey. But then there was Palestine. But then what happened is the influenceable party of Jews in Germany were Bolsheviks. They wanted nothing to do with the Bolsheviks. So that's why they decided, let's send those Jews to Palestine. So yeah, that's why the Palestinians were like, wait a fucking minute. You know, that's all land. You cannot just take all land and give it to people. What the fuck?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Like, what the fuck? And the same way when they're split with Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Turkey, and there's the Kurdistan was there. They just split it between Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. That's why the Kurds are fighting to, like, what the fuck? That's our land. You know? Because now they're making about, the Jews have the right to return. Now, bullshit. Because the Jews were, like, exiled, exterminated from Palestine since, or Jerusalem, since the 500 BC. Yeah, first it was by the Roman, and then then again they were exterminated by the Muslim. You know, by the Muslim conquering. Yeah. So that it's been 1,500 years. Y'all have not been in Jerusalem. So after 1,500 years, that is not your land anymore. You're not indigenous. True,
but it was never them. That's the if we're gonna, we have to understand that it was never them. It was never them. Even the so-called scattering of the Jews, across the globe, it was never them. They created that state of Israel, to make it seem as if, they, the Jewish people.
Hey, it's right in the Bible. They kill left and right tribes.
But there is no land. There is no land. There is no so-called land that was ever called Israel. You understand? So therefore, how can you say that this is yours when it's a made up? It's a made up country.
And made up by design.
Right.
Create division in the Middle East.
Right.
By design.
You split a country that has a name that goes back into, once again, if we're going to use biblical, Palestine is a biblical name of a country, of an area. Yep. And you take that and you chop it in half, or, 1/3, 2/3, and you give it a name. You give 2/3 of it a name that is not a country. It was never a country. It was never anything like that. You created that. It's not you. It's not yours.
Exactly.
It's never going to be yours.
And the thing is, they're always focused on Arabs being terrorists. But they always forget to tell you that the first terrorists known in the news were not the Arabs. They were the Jews in Jerusalem. Because when they insisted to have their land in Palestine, and the Brits were like, no. So they started blowing hotels, starting hurting Brits in Palestine. So that's why the UN intervened. Is like, maybe you should give them their land. So, but it's not their fucking land. Somebody was already living there. 5 million Palestinians displaced.
But isn't that what they just did recently? They started going into people's homes and just, taking over their property.
Yeah.
They've been doing that, all what? Not only killing off the people, but literally disposing them from their homes.
Yeah, and that's why you saw that fat asshole saying, "Oh, if I don't steal it, somebody else gonna do it." Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And there's a thing too. These motherfuckers hijacked the word anti-Semite. Anti-Semite means you hate Jews. I don't hate Jews. Okay, I'm cool with. Actually, I prefer Jew doctors. I'm just saying. But no, I don't. But that's the thing. A Semite means a descendant of Shem. That's what it means. And descendant of Shem are Arabs, Jews, Hebrews, Arabs, and Black people. And first Hebrews, they were not in Jerusalem. They're in Africa. So, because they hijack, even like, you see them telling Bernie Sanders, I'm like, wait a minute, ain't he a Jew? How can a Jew be anti-Semite? I'm confused. Ain't he a Jew? How can a Jew be anti-Semite? That made no sense. They hijacked the word, man. It doesn't mean you're against Semite, not only Jews, Arabs too, and Black people. That's what it means.
That's what it means.
But they hijacked it for Israelis. No, it's not. The word doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us. Because we were the first Hebrews. We were the first Jews. It belongs to us. Because them folks, they came from Germany. They came from Germany. And those folks, they didn't believe in God or anything. They were atheists. The guy who started the Zionist movement, he wasn't a believer. He just said Jews needed to go somewhere. But that's the thing. Judaism is a religion, not a race. What the fuck? It's a religion.
They got folks all twisted.
Yeah, what the clusterfuck? What the hell? And it's all by design, It's all by design. Because as long as Israel is among them Arabs, there will always be conflict in the Middle East.
Exactly.
There will always be conflict. Because as soon as they split the land, automatically there was fight between Shia and Sunni. There was no fight between them. But as soon as they did, automatically there was fight with because y'all so busy fighting Shia, Sunni. You don't see the white man taking away all your fucking resources.
Brothers against brothers, family against family.
It's all by design.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
all by design.
We don't see this plan being played out right in front of our very eyes.
Yep.
And I mean, it's just so obvious to me, and it really hurts me to see how.
Oh, look, I gotta make it public.
Some of us are stupid. Some of us are stupid. I mean, some of us are straight stupid.
There's not so much straight stupid. No, go ahead. I was talking to myself. Yeah.
Like Mika, you're drinking it straight, not even mixing it with nothing. Some of us are just straight stupid with no mixer. It must be said. You say, wake up, wake up, wake up. All of these daggone decades. All of these decades. I'm just even counting the part of my life. Just
Right.
that part alone. And,
Yeah.
and we just don't get it. It's just, it irks me. I'm 58 years old. This is all I heard is wake up, wake up, wake up. We have good ones out there. They don't get supported. The word doesn't go out. But as soon as one celebrity gets another celebrity pregnant, or some masculine celebrity gets caught with a gay dude in the backseat of some limo, that news spreads. And we move harder with a harder sense of urgency for filth and foolishness that means nothing for our collective upliftment. We can't even put things aside for the betterment of the whole tribal thing. Let me tell you something crazy. I'm not going to tell the whole story. Maybe I'll wait. Maybe I should ask you first before I leak this one. It's just something that happened over the week. Yeah, something that happened over the week. Yeah, I think I can tell it. You know, no. And what I'm saying, I'll take a risk and tell this one, right?
Okay.
You would get ready to get the bus to go to Cape Coast, right? And everybody's like waiting for the bus to end fill up, because they kind of do it that way. They're not just going to like, we leave at this time. And all of a sudden, like if it's 2 people or 50 people, we leave. So they kind of waiting. Well, actually it's a extended van, and they move out quick when they fill up. But if you get one that takes a long time to fill up, you're going to wait. So people jumped out, they had the stuff loaded up. So I said, let me stretch my feet a little bit. And I was going to record like a little video. And I had my cameras and stuff packed in the bag. So I was going to use my phone. So it's a phone, y'all. You can see that this is a phone. There are other people out there using their phone. I had my phone up sideways so it could fill up the YouTube screen, and I'm talking into it, right? All of a sudden, this guy walks up to me. It's my tribalism now, right? Everybody else, they had mixed races, but it was mostly folks that you could tell that were born and raised in Ghana, right? But I stuck out. I was polite. I was kind of near the bus, and I had my back, by the bus, so all you could see is me. This gentleman walks up. He wasn't a gentleman. He walks up rude. What are you doing? In a very rude way. I said, what does it look like? I mean, he said it rude, so I snapped back with the smart mouth. I said, what does it look like? Am I doing something else other than talking into my phone? I was recording a video, but he didn't know. Maybe if I held it the other way like this, and certain way you hold it, but I was up, right? So he says, no. What are you doing? I said, listen, number one, this is my phone. Number one, this is my business. Number two, number three, I paid for this phone. So what business is it of yours? You know what I mean? And I'm not rude like that, but the way he just came like he's going to smack me or something. You know what I mean? So, so what you're telling me, you're not supposed to do this, I said, look at everybody else on their phones. What's your problem with me, man? What's your problem with me? You're going to stop me? No, but you did not ask permission. Now, culturally here in Ghana, and just over time, there are situations, the majority of times, where you have tourists that come in and go to the downtrodden areas and try to make fun of the people, which I don't condone. There are a lot of things that I see, good and bad, but I'm not going to just purposely put anything bad out. I'm here to make the place look good, but I'm also here to be honest. But I'm not going to go just looking for bad stuff, because you can go to America and find really bad stuff out there, right? Right. So he didn't say that, but I assume that's what it was, because a lot of people, no, don't do that. They get mad. Now that many people know me, hey, come here. I want to get you on the camera, so-and-so, because they know me, right? So now he goes in deeper. You're not supposed to be here doing this, so-and-so. I said, listen, I'm getting on that van. I got somewhere to go. I'm here for a reason. I said, what I had to do, ask everybody here for permission when most of these people around me, why don't you go to him? Why don't you go to her? Why are you coming to me with this foolishness? I said, as a matter of fact, I'm recording myself. I'm not even talking on the phone. Look. And he sees himself and he sees my face. I don't even have to tell him that, right? So then okay, I'm going to deal with you. So the van filled up. It filled up. I'm over to the van. I get ready to get in the van. I turn around. There's a bunch of police officers.
What the fuck?
Get out.
What the fuck?
Yes. And he's standing there. Evidently, he was a cop. But and so the other police, they said, when came up polite, sir, we need you to come with us. We want to speak to you. Right?
Get out.
Yeah, what about?
Yeah. So now I said, listen, I'm here to get in this van. The van's about to leave. You got to make them hold this van. So I'm not here trying to make problems, even though he was a knucklehead and brought the problem. Somebody wanted me to escalate the situation, right? So I stayed cool with the other ones who were cool with me. But I explained myself. I said, listen, we got to get out of here. We have, like you said, you saw the Steve Coakley videos. You know what we do now, what we did for the weekend. I said, listen, if they can hold this van up for a few minutes, you got to know that we got to get to the point. I'll come with you. So now I got all these police surrounding me, right? And this guy's marching. He's marching because it's a pissing contest, right? So we go up. Everybody's looking. Yeah, so I'm walking up and they're all looking at me all funny and whatnot. So I go into this office and they're all standing around me. It's like they want to just well, not all of them, right? So I said, I'm going to handle him. So the knucklehead guy, you need to tell him he is not supposed to do this here. He is not supposed to do this here. This is illegal to do this here, to videotape anything. I let him talk.
It's illegal.
So the guy, right, but it's because it's on the property of the transportation, whatever. I mean, technically they can say that, but it's almost like you giving me a life sentence or sentencing me to the guillotine because I jaywalked, right? This was like Ray because he chose me. Exactly. I didn't know how the other people were using their phones, and you have all these guys,
authority.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, you have people hawking stuff, the food, the cell phone covers, drinks, and malt, and is it legal? Do they have a license for it? I'm not there to dispute these things, but you chose me and you had an attitude initially. So he's talking over the supervisor. The supervisor's real cool. He's sitting there and he wasn't evil, right? So I stayed quiet. So I said, when he finishes, may I say something? Oh, calm down. You want to calm down. I am talking here, right? So it was evident he had a hard on for me, right? So I stayed quiet. So when he was done with his rant, and there was a guy next to him saying that I should apologize to him, his little buddy. He needs to apologize to him. So I looked at the supervisor. I said, I can talk now, right? I said, number one, it's obvious that I was not born and raised here, right? I said, number two, when this gentleman walked up to me and approached me, he was standing around me for a while. There were many people using their phones in different capacities, but he chose to fixate on me for whatever reason. I don't know, right? I said, when he approached me in such a rude, unprofessional manner, right? He did not identify himself. Now, how do I know if this guy wasn't a guy to scam me or do harm to me, which that would never happen with him, right? I said, I don't know. He came to me with such authority, but never identified himself. Now, I don't know the rules of law enforcement here in this country and in this city, but I would believe and hope that in your training, the first thing you do when you approach somebody is identify yourself as an officer of the law, which he did not do. So therefore, as a stranger coming up to me with an attitude, he got back what he gave. He acted in a very unprofessional manner, didn't identify himself, and then got mad when I didn't respect him like I'm supposed to be scared of him. I gave him a funny look. He had the short man's complex. I'm not the tallest guy in the world. If I lose an inch or two, I got the complex. I'm usually the shortest man in the room anyway. Right. But the id and the strength he felt. So he understood where I was coming from. So now he's saying, oh, but this is not the law here. So and so. He looked like a problem officer, right? So I said, listen, I don't know what training you received, but it seems like you're going to have to brush up and hit them books again. Because the way you approach me, you do not know who I am. You do not know in which capacity I'm in. So the supervisor said, well, what was the reason why you were recording? I said, really, to be, you've treated me with respect, but it was nothing that was wayward. It was the general use of a phone. And if the truth must be told, I do stuff online, but this was personal for me. Oh, you do stuff online. So they wanted to see one guy said, YouTube, it's probably YouTube. I said, yeah, it is. I showed it to him. So he looked and he was like, oh, shoot. I said, okay, now that you see that I do this and I'm kind of deep in it, do you want bad publicity? You don't know why I'm here. I am connected to different people that I really haven't said public or spoken public in a public way. I'm not a brute. I'm not a monster. I'm here to obey the law. But if a person doesn't identify himself that way, because listen, I'm not trying to make this America, but where I come from, if a cop rolls up into somebody's home or rolls up on somebody, they can get hurt because they didn't identify themselves. I say professionalism paramount, and it should be protocol. And I think that, I don't owe him an apology, but I will, if you want, I'll delete. It was only like maybe a minute and a half I was in before this started. I said, held the phone up, I deleted it. So I said that issue is gone. But as far as apologizing to him who is supposed to be here to uphold the law, he didn't make the law. He's not the law. So I'm not going to apologize to him, but I will apologize to the establishment here if that is what the rule is, because I did not know. I said, please, may I leave right now because I have a van to take. No, he needs to apologize to me. No, me. He starts hitting his chest. I said, I'm quite sure, my friend. To the supervisor, to whoever he was, whatever his title was, whether he's a captain or whatever, I said, I'm quite sure this is very commonplace with you and some of the people here who work with you. He needs a little extra training. How are you going to say it to me? These tourists that come here. I said, he has an issue with me. And as far as me being a tourist.
Wow. You're a tourist now.
You will be seeing me again. What is that, a threat? He said, I looked at the guy, the supervisor, I said, he says, listen, he says, go have a nice day. And he reached out to shake my hand. And all the officers that came out, like they want the gang, I could have handled all 8, 9, 10 of them, whatever. And it's not even talk. I'm like, please, but did not want to do that. You know what I mean? He wanted to escalate it because he lost the pissing contest. Now he really lost the pissing contest. So now, so when we were leaving, he was behind me, right? We walked out and he kind of parted the other way. And so, they come here like this. I said, man, don't be mad at me by your wife. And I left.
I hate the player, hate the game.
Maybe I looked at the guy that she was cheating with. I don't know.
I hate the player, hate the game.
Yep. It pays to communicate and be aware, but you will have some people like that. And again, like I said, with the police here, a lot of them are accused of corruption. They don't pay them enough. They don't treat them right. And I feel for them. But when you're now thinking that, you are the law and you're going to do whatever. No, that's not right. I don't care where you are. But I told the story, right? And it wasn't something bad. But, my thing is that I know there are individuals, no matter what position they hold, that human nature takes over and they forget that they have a certain position to uphold, and a certain professionalism.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not all of them, but there will be some, no matter where you are, no matter what country you're in, you will deal with that, Sorry, Beatrice.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm trying to look up how to block them nasty emails. So there's somebody posted how. Yeah, click on notification. There's sure a way to do it.
Yeah.
You gotta click on the notification. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I was watching the live stream one time. The person had flashed back to the screen, and the other person who was there forgot or didn't see they were on the screen, and their finger was like 2 miles up their nose.
Goddamn.
And he was sort of turned sideways. When he got the gold, he was twirling around his finger like taffy, looking at it, whatever. And I got to get the link to this, man. I think they took it down after he did that.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
It was a white guy too.
Damn.
Yeah. He twirled around, looked at it, and ate it, and looked right at the screen and realized he was being watched.
I'm gonna throw up. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Crazy. No, you do it to us because we're the ones that are getting sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, Brother Lance.
No.
But that's crazy though. I mean, that is he lost his place. He passed his place.
No,
He approached me.
Yeah.
The same people when they come here, they cannot live here because they cannot get away with this bullshit here. I remember once I got on the bus and going home, and this lady wanted to get before me in the bus, but I'm like, I got in, and she was trying so hard that my bag, I had a bag of groceries, it bounced back and hit her. Oh my God, that lady lost her shit. Oh, you people, so you this, you that, you this. So I answered in Creole. What's up? Oh, then she really had a problem because I speak Creole. Then one of the dumbasses said, "Oh, you should apologize to her." I'm like, for the fuck what? Like, for the fuck what? Then she lost her shit. She's like, "Ow, it's those people. If they were in Haiti, we would find a way to settle it." I'm like, what you gonna do? You let me know. What you gonna do? Because now that's a threat. I'm like, what you gonna do? But then she went on, and I'm like, you better shut the fuck up, because at this point you're harassing me verbally.
Right.
And she shut up. But and those people, they cannot live here because they can't do that anymore. It's the same thing when them, misogynistic Arabs, when they come here, all the time they get in trouble. Like there was this lady, and I was living in Orlando. She said she was working in the kitchen, and the guy was from Pakistan. And out of the blue, like she was telling him what to do because she's the supervisor, that man slapped the shit out of her.
Oh man.
So of course the girl was black. Oh, it's on. She beat the shit out of him. Welcome to America, bitch. She beat the shit out of him. Then she called the cops on him too, because that's right. Battery.
That's right.
That's battery. They can't live here. And they say that too. They don't like to bring their wives here, because once the wife come here, they want their freedom.
No doubt.
Yeah, like
no doubt.
Yeah. But it's kind of really ignorant and stupid what he did. He's really ignorant. Really.
He was itching at the chance, and when he was watching me for a while. Even before I had whipped the phone out when I was near the van, he was kind of hovering in that area, and he wanted to make it a pissing contest, and he was mad that I didn't back down. But the thing was, if he would have identified himself, not that I would have backed. It's not a back down thing, but I would have been cordial. Okay, even if other people were using their phones, he said, "Listen, that's not what we do here." So and so and so. I said, "Okay, just to keep the peace, just to slide on through." You see what I mean? I don't have a chip on my shoulder. I'm very secure in who I am in my manhood. I don't have any problem with authority because I've been in that position working in law enforcement years ago. You know what I mean? So I know how people look at me in uniform when I was in uniform or had the authority to do things, and I was mad cool with it. I came to them as men, as a very secure man. I don't have to come and bring whatever issues I may have had, which I didn't. I didn't have issues like that. And there were times in my life when I did have issues, and I never brought it in like that because I would treat everybody with respect. And since that was my protocol, even in life, not even just because of a uniform, but you see, you have some people who are not used to having what the law gives them as far as this authority over other people, and they use it for a personal way. And this is why you are supposed to have psychological exams to assess the mental state of mind that the person's in, so you don't put a gun and a badge in their hand and they go crazy with it. But there's always going to be people who slip through the cracks. And no matter what country you go into, it's going to be that way. But I know it was something personal with him. Let me tell you something. I even read him in my mind when I thought about it. To me, like, because he may have saw that I was obviously from somewhere else, just maybe on my mannerisms. Look, even in America, you can say to yourself, man, I know that's a New Yorker, the way he's carrying himself, or he's from Chicago, or he's from Compton, you know what I mean? Or he's from here, or that's a country boy right there. Maybe there are a lot of people who envision that, as a person who comes from United States, that I have this wonderful, perfect life. And you have some men who not just in authority that way, but they may have some authority in different ways. And they feel like, man, I missed the boat. Because this guy wasn't 20 or 30 years old. He was my same age, you know? And he probably said, man, he probably has this one life and he has this and he has that. And they get mad at you not knowing what your personal situation is. And this is a universal thing that happens no matter what country you're in. Right. So that being said, that I feel that's the way he came at me. Like, look at this privileged guy. And I'm sitting here out here sweating like a dog working. And he's probably either got a lot of money or he's retired getting free money, which when you retire, you're not getting free money. You work for the money.
Yeah.
You're right. You work for that. And you made moves in your life that are proper so you can get that. And I'm smart enough to not go somewhere and get arrested on a pissing contest. But maybe he thought, maybe he saw some rap videos and think that this guy's going to act like a thug and I can pull a few strings and he's going to go off and I'm going to laugh at him and he's going to be arrested and wreck up his whole world. You understand? Right. No, but see, he didn't know I was going to finesse him that way. He came in for a ballroom brawl and got a symbolic boxing lesson and he never landed a hand on me. You see what I mean? So he didn't understand. I ripped him apart in front of his supervisor. The supervisor was about to laugh. And I'm looking at him. And when I got outside, I still said what I wanted to say. He earned that because of all of that. And the people on the van were looking all scared, like, how did he come back? All of those cops that came, they must have took him away. Maybe it was drugs, because they didn't really know why that happened, because I wasn't where they can see me all the way. I was with,
because he's
it was
stupid.
A little distance.
That's why that happens. Yeah. He's stupid.
Yes. Exactly. So, yeah, you're right, Brother Khan. Yeah, be careful at all times. I know that kind of, sort of, like, I'm humble, but I know my name goes out a little bit further in my face or whatever. And there'll always be people, even in America, like, you know, there'll be people who are compromised here. You never know. And so that I move that way. I'm like a shadow. You know, when you see me, you look again, I'm gone. I'm not looking for fame. And really, this is not the time to do so the way the world is and the way we speak. But we get the message out there regardless. So I know that there are people on lower levels who want to come at you and provoke you. And guess what? All of those media outlets that want to bury a person like me and just say, well, he doesn't exist, we ignore him. Something like that jumped off, it would be all over the place. Trust me. It would be all over the place, like crazy. So this is real now. This is where rubber meets the road, where the boots hit the ground, and you must have control over yourself if you think to get into something like this and, you know, be a little outspoken, because something can happen no matter where you are. I'm glad to be out of America, but stuff can still happen here. You know, agents are everywhere. So I'll end it on that. Agents are everywhere. You know, people love money. And it's not just they'll send people to you, they get people around you and information, and especially over here, where people want to come to America or get that American money. Yeah, sure. I'll sign up and they'll come at you. Hey, brother Aquaba, welcome home, whatever. Look, you know, Empress Elegy, the amount of women that have been sent to me, knock on your door and come up to you, want your number and tell you what they can. I tell her what goes on. I'll be telling you, Beatrice, a lot of things too. So they're not at this point. I've been running the race for so long. No one is going to get me that way. You ain't going to catch me on the carnal. You ain't going to catch me on losing control. It ain't going to happen. I've screwed up in this thing a long time. You know? Long time.
That's right.
I've been in it a long time. Oh, I'm so invisible.
Well, you're not thirsty. That's that too. You ain't thirsty.
That's right.
You ain't hungry. You ain't thirsty. That's what's
there
up.
You go.
Exactly.
There you go.
Thank you for your courtesy, but no thank you.
Exactly. And that's how I had to move in America. I had to. And I move here anywhere. And I, like I said, you know, I'm not always out there. I lay real low. And I feel real mysterious. I'll say it that much.
You're right.
You know, a lot of people taught me other things beyond my level of schooling. Like, hey, this is how it works. Oh, really? Okay, this is what we'll do. And that's all it is. You know, I just want to fulfill my mission and do what I do and enjoy life and whatever. You know, go for the ones that will fall for that stuff. You're not going to get me that way. You ain't going to send these women to me. You ain't going to send these guys who want to befriend you, get in your business, whatever, and mess things up. That's how they do.
Yeah.
Even on a small platform, and I consider this to be a small platform. This is a minuscule platform compared to the things that are out there, and then they still come at the platform and shut things down. You get a few subscribers, they take them away.
Yeah,
they
that made no
unsubscribe
sense.
people.
Yeah.
They block things don't go out there, but you have other comparable platforms that zooms out there. So I say, okay. So it's not about the numbers, not about the fame. This is what I do. This is like breathing. It's like combing your hair, which I don't have none. But it's what I do every day. So whip that. You ain't gonna take my spirit. You're not gonna whip the spirit and stop me from doing what I have to do every day. So I know it's a lot more people that are connected to this platform, the various platforms. It don't bother me if you take away or make the numbers seem like they're low. You think it's only 107,000 people that follow? I've been out here all these years, and the last few months, the numbers have frozen. Yeah, it's way more.
For real.
I mean,
assholes, man.
15 years ago, Black Planet, I had 352,000 followers on that. If you want to talk a numbers game, and it's diversified. We're talking art, we're talking writing, we're talking the videos, the street stuff, and just whatever. So I'm not caught up in, it doesn't say that, this one got more than me. I don't care about that. I know my value, and I'm cool with my position. And we have sisters here, Empress Ella G, Beatrice Noel. Look at the greatness in this conversation. Even when I was quiet, look at the greatness in this conversation. It's not about me. Let them share what they know, Beatrice and Empress Ella. But the way Beatrice brings it, oh man, you brilliant. You don't have to go. You research and you make this stuff organically outside. Listen, Anderson Cooper can't hang with you. These people who are newscasters, and they gotta read and be told what to say, and they have a delay that if there's
they got interns that do the job for them. That's what's up. They don't do the job. Interns do the job for them.
And they have the thing in front of them that can read off of and never mess up. It's a production. We got a live stream with cams and stuff at the computer. Sometimes things malfunction. They buffer a little bit. I get cut out. But you're doing the damn thing. And so this is why I say to everybody, support Beatrice and what she's doing. Share these articles, share these videos. Not because it has my name up top, but real organic stuff. And you can speak freely. The stuff that you said would get other people in certain countries snuffed, but you have the freedom to say it and the balls to say it. The symbolic balls, okay?
Knowledge is power. That's what's up. But it should not be a privilege.
Exactly.
It should not be a privilege. It should be for everybody. For everybody. It's not a privilege.
That's right. And your dynamic, like I said, to have you here and to experience this and something of substance. Yeah, we have our comedy shows. We talk crazy and stuff. We have other shows talking about fetishes, but when it gets down to it, look at the research and look at the way you kick it out there, and to be on for
book. Plus, I share stuff with you. I got a book.
This is what you do. This is what you do. You're not getting up there just showing out just to get hits or whatever have you. When you speak, we listen, we vibe with you, and you make it easy to digest. How many people can hang with a Beatrice Noel that way? We got popular YouTubers that are popular because they mix in certain things. I don't knock anybody on their lane because I watch a lot of these good people out here. But to sit here for hours and kick it like this, where you kick out so much, the fatigue gets in, and that's when we stop. But you can keep going on and on and on and on. And that's a good thing. And keep it interesting too. Yeah. With personality and looking fine. Look at her. Look at her. Total package. You know her.
Indeed.
Now I got to give Empress Ella G her props too. I can't do all these things.
No, that's okay. Come on, this is Beatrice show. Come on.
What?
No, I know.
No, that's our show. That's our show. Yeah.
But listen. I was out and didn't get or knew I wasn't going to get back home in time to do the show that we were going to do with Elizabeth, the last show that we did. So I was like, listen, I'm out here and I can't change the time on the computer because so I said, listen, I need you to go in and make an alteration. And she did. And I had spoken to Elizabeth. She said, yeah, no problem, move it back. And she saved the day. I'm going to say it this way, the street way. And Priscilla G has saved my ass many a time for the show.
Oh, my
and she's
God.
done things.
That's good.
She's like, Lance, you sure you do this? Is this something that you made a mistake on? Or you sure so and so? We're talking 24/7. 24/7. Sometimes I'm sleeping. She'll keep ringing the phone like, you got to get up and change this or do this. But that's why she has full use of everything that is LanceScurv. She is the administrator, right? So I got to give her a prop. So everybody
It's teamwork. It's a teamwork.
That's right. Get up both their props. Listen, I can't do it all like this. Like I said, y'all be shy if you want to, but y'all need to take your props. And I'm going to give it. I ain't going to try to sit here like other people. Well, come on the show, but it's all about LanceScurv. Hell no. Heck no, I can't do it like that. This last 3 hours, could I do what you did? I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
That's right. I know I can't.
And I can't do what you do, Empress.
All right. Well, thank you, Brother Lance. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Oh, God.
Right. And Mr. Scurv plays her role. She does what she does behind the scenes to keep me up to do this. So
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It is a teamwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She loves Beatrice. She loves Empress. We all and interlock. So I am not going to sit here and act like, yes, I'm the man. When they say, who is the man? Well, nah. They got to mention about a whole bunch of names to get them props. Go. For real.
We're going to have to create a name for all three, all four. It's going to be, we're going to put all the names together and come up with one name. Team Scurv. Argument
Team
done.
Scurv. Yeah,
I know, right? Team Scurv.
We have a
Instagram. Yeah, tell them.
We have a new Instagram page. It's called Team Scurv. So go ahead at Team Scurv. Go ahead, look it up. Populate it. I did use his logo, so you should see his logo on there.
Yeah.
Team Scurv.
Yeah, I was putting on some tries when I saw that. Yeah. But when you tweet or whatever, stick that hashtag in there. Team Scurv.
Exactly.
It's not me. It's everybody involved. It's beyond LanceScurv.
Exactly.
LanceScurv.
Yeah, it's not about you. It's about us. The work is about us.
Yeah, exactly. I may started certain things, but I feel like that old great-great-grandfather sitting up at the cookout. He can't see so old. He's just sitting there. But it's a whole lot of people around him, and they all his great-great-great-great-grandkids, and they all going. He don't even know half of them. Looking at them like, oh, this is your great-great-grandson, so and so. He's just he started it, but it's bigger than him.
He started it. Oh God. See, that went over some people's head. You know that, right?
Oh man, we gotta have fun. We gotta do our thing and have fun on
yeah, man. Life is
There's
short.
a lot of work, but a labor of love. Yeah, that's why, like I said, for the core group of people and in the chat room and all of this stuff, it means so much to me because we all got the fire. And we all could meet here and be real with each other. If you're not real, you're getting out. You're banned. You're gone. You're cut. We got to keep it like that. That's why when you have a beautiful hedge or whatever, you got to prune it and keep it shaped a certain way. It's got to be that way, I take this very serious. I done put too much daggone years and decades into this. And even before the 20 years of doing this online, living a certain way, getting the stories. And I didn't know why I was retaining all of this information when I was young. How am I remembering these things? Why am I going through all these wild situations and remembering them? And now I know why. I can share it here, just the experience, But I never tried to be that guy. I'm on YouTube and be that guy. No, I'm just a regular dude, man. And we talk, we vibe. And it's an energy thing. I love this. This has kept me from a midlife crisis. It's kept me from a bright red Corvette and leaving my Mr. Scurv. And I got to go now because I'm getting scared that I'm getting old. And now I got to try to live my youth again.
No, you're not that old.
This is my youth.
Now. There's a lady here, I think in Florida. She got her bachelor at 78 years old. So you're not that old.
Wow.
Oh,
I know, right?
And I'm not. Man, I don't think I'm old. I just say that. That's like a joke. That's like when George Foreman came back and got the title shot against Evander Holyfield. He's like, yeah, I ate 15 hamburgers. I got to be real fat so I can belly bump them. I make fun of it, but I take care of myself and I make sure that, it's all relative. It's your
Right.
spirit. As long as your spirit defeated and your spirit taken and you keep the fire, you're never old. Even when your body drops, you weren't defeated. Yep. You know what I mean? It's like a fighter fighting another fighter. He might get knocked out after a hard battle. That's because the body gave up. But the spirit, you're not taking my spirit. You can whip me, and you're not taking my spirit. Muhammad Ali got beaten, came back, and won so many fights to regain the title. Mike Tyson lost and came back. Joe Louis lost and came back. Floyd Patterson lost and came back. Joe Frazier lost and came back. We can go on. Larry Holmes lost and came back. All of them. Lennox Lewis, Vander Holyfield. The list goes on. That's just boxing. But in life, as long as you don't have your spirit taken and taken away from you, you'll feel depressed sometimes. You'll feel down. You'll feel drained. We got the mind, body, and the spirit. You all have to be fed and attended to. Sometimes your body is a little drained, but your spirit's up. Sometimes your spirit's down, but you feel big and strong. You keep those things together aligned. You will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. You can take me off this earth. You can break my legs, but I'm not going to be defeated. You're not taking my spirit. More determined than the roach.
It's like to say what you said. You may knock out Trump, but the roots are very deep.
That's right.
Yes.
Exactly like Toussaint said.
Right. We don't see the roots though. We only see the little branches, and it could be wintertime in a cold place. So the tree is dead, but you don't know how much life is going on under that, meaning that you don't know where I came from and how far I've come, how far you've come, how come, and those in the chat room. See, that's what doesn't get acknowledged in this world, how far we've come. Right now, the thing is, we got to acknowledge that. Sometimes we think that we only see the surface. And I always use this analogy, right? But a person might start out here and go high, but you may start out not here, but way down there. But if we even it up and pull them roots up and make it even, you'll higher than them because they don't know what you went through.
Yeah,
documented.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I've been through a lot. I'm not.
You have the experience now. Yeah.
Exactly. We've all been through a lot. So how can we compare apples and oranges? We just have to keep going on and enjoy inspiration from each other. That's the main thing. But never let them take your spirit. You might get scared sometimes at some things, whatever. It was shocking. Like, where are those cops coming from? They're going to lock me up in some draconian cells. You know what I mean? And my wife is out here and I was ready to go on a trip on a bright early morning. Nah, it ain't going like that. I grabbed control and I handled myself.
You know what that was, right? You know what that was.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us.
It's like
I'm just saying, you had a mission, and you always have these entities that come along to, throw a monkey wrench.
Yeah. Yeah. And it can start out from something so simple. Go ahead, Beatrice.
There was this girl who went. She's American too, so she got, I guess, business between Nigeria and here. But I give the girl the fucking side eyes because she went with a bag full of money in the Nigerian market. What the fuck wrong with you in Lagos? So, and she went with those camouflage hats. Ain't no fucking big deal. But for some reason, the military, I forgot the name of them because right now they have a very bad reputation in Nigeria. They spotted her. And they said we're going to arrest her because of the trucker hat, because that makes her a terrorist or a rebel. Only rebels wear camouflage hats. That's some stupid shit. But then here was it. As they're making threats, they're going to put her in jail, this and that. They're eyeballing the cash in her purse. At the end, she had to give a portion of that money to let her go. But I said, give her the fucking side eye. Oh, you stupid. That's why they spotted you to fucking begin with. Probably it was your friend, because she said a friend took her to the market. Probably was your friend who betrayed you. Because only a dumb ass would take a bag full of money and take it to a market. What's wrong with you?
And only someone close to you can tell your secret.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I guess she wanted the cheap shit. But it's at a cost. It's like, you cannot. I mean, even here, you cannot walk with a bag full of money. Are you crazy? That's not safe. You can't do that. But I guess
I don't even like driving. We're talking about walk.
okay.
I
Okay.
took out some money. I took out some money to go from one bank to the next bank, and I was like, just let me hurry up and get to the next bank.
Yeah, you're very nervous.
It's like, oh my God. Yep.
Yeah.
So walking down the street with a bag of money in Nigeria, good God Almighty. You're asking for
that
trouble.
from the beginning, I give her the side. She's like crying and saying that she felt threatened and that the military over there is not good at all. But bitch, nobody in their right mind will leave their house to go to a market with a bag full of money. That is
Well,
not smart.
here's a problem too. I mean, if she's an American, and I don't know what the exchange rate for American money in Nigeria is, and like Brother Lance says, in Ghana, they don't deal with credit cards. The average stores around there, everything is cash and carry, right? So to some degree, you do have to walk around with a bag of money, because if you want to buy anything of note, you're going to need a substantial amount of, whatever the country is, the currency.
Yep.
Am I wrong, Brother Lance?
You're absolutely right. Can't argue with that.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, if okay, you said it's 5.7 to $1 American dollar, right?
Yes.
So you change out, even if you change out $100, look how many Ghanaian CDs you got to be walking around with in your pocket for $100.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't come somewhere to complain or whatever, but I'll just say this, that it looks, that's the trick with the money here, especially for Americans who have moved here, and I guess from other countries where the exchange rate is very favorable. We look at one thing that looks funny is if you say 5.7, I round it off and say 6, right?
Yeah.
Say some type of beverage is like worth $4, right? And you see that it's 24 CDs, but it's like, you see 24, you're thinking in terms of dollars. You'll even call it dollars. I even did it today with somebody. I said, how much is that? How many dollars is that? And it wasn't really, they say, oh no, you mean CDs American, right? And I hate to say that because of what they look at Americans, but I'm a Ghanaian, I'm here. You know what I mean? I don't, because I'm not into that spirit of American. I'm an American, you have to do this for me and give me this. No, I blend in, I'm cool. This is what I am. And that will be made official and all that stuff in due time. But it can fool you and trick you. And I'm telling you, you can take $100, change it over to 570 CDs, and in your mind, you think you got $570 because it feels good when you got a. I mean, it feels good. If you take $1,000 and change it over to CDs, you have 5,700 CDs. You feel like you're rich and buy anything, but it goes because you're like at first, and I'm not a person who's out there crazy like that. I do good with money. I hold back and I live, and you notice I go and do things on a shoestring budget, but sometimes when I first came here, it was like, okay, I got this, I got that. And then with a lot of Americans who may have that arrogance about them, that's going to do them in because look around and all your money's gone. You can't think like that. But there are things now that cost the same equivalent when you do the money turnover, but there are other things like transportation because of the economy that could be a whole lot better for a certain class of the people that have nots, right? There's a lot of taxis, there's a lot of cabs, there's a lot of Bolts and Ubers, but a lot of taxis out here, right? So and even with the Bolt and the Uber, I've told you before, the distance between certain places in New York City or in Orlando where I've lived, you're like, wait a second, when I break this down, this would have been $50 back in America, but this thing only cost me, the equivalent of $7 because it's so common. So many people, they're going to keep the prices down. If it was a lot of people or less people driving a taxi, it's going to be more. Okay, the price of mangoes. To ship the mangoes to you, whether you're bringing them from Haiti or Jamaica, or it wouldn't come from here really because it's too much to ship it, but it's more common here. You're really only going to pay for a mango because somebody else saved you the trouble of having to pick it because it's so plentiful. Even in the busy part of the city, there's some mango trees so high, all these ripe mangoes are there that if you're down on your luck, look around and run up on somebody's property and knock it off, boom, you got 8, 9, 10 mangoes to eat if you get away with it. But if you go on the outskirts, you can just go out. And like I said, when we went way out, so how much you going to pay for that? How much you going to pay for that? I've paid way out in the country, the equivalent of maybe for 15 mangoes, big, fat, juicy. I mean, out in the country mangoes, I've paid the equivalent of $3 for 15 mangoes.
Damn.
Right?
It's $20 here, like 20
you can't even get 2 mangoes for $3, please.
But, and who knows how they mess with it. And you know, that part of the world, but it's plentiful here. You know, that's like I said, essence to mango.
Exactly.
But, so you have to see what is plentiful in that country, what is more common. You'll get a good deal on it, but the price of cars is the price of cars. It don't change. It just sounds different when, say, you get a Toyota Corolla for, I can say 25,000. Let's just say 20,000. Well, that times 5.7, right? They'll say, oh, this is just below 120,000 CDs. They'll say, ooh, that sounds like a lot, but it's not. You got to always keep that in your mind. Another thing I want to say, just as a piece of information, and you know, Empress, I was speaking to somebody earlier about that. Here, not to get off subject, I'm gonna let you take the floor back again. The price of cars, right? It's not so much the price, but they don't do loans here like that. You're gonna have to have cash if you want to get into that dealership and say, listen, I need to buy this car. Okay, it's gonna be X amount. And look, okay, let's work out the terms. Terms, what you talking about, right? They don't do that here. So this is why when people who may not be blessed as much financially see a person in a brand new car, that means, you didn't drop cash on that. Or what I've heard at the best was that they give you a year to pay for it after putting down a massive down payment. So that means if you don't have, you know, right. Unless you ship it in from somewhere else and you're going to pay a massive duty fee. You're going to pay thousands. I'm not going to say it's one price, but I've heard people say, I had to pay $6,000 to bring this in. But look at it this way. When we speak about the land with Brother Yehoshua, right? And we said that it was going to be 8,000 CDs, which is 1,400, 1,500 right around in there for land. There's so much land. So you can do that. See, what's plentiful, and this goes for any country, what's plentiful is cheap, you know, and what's rare is going to cost more. But when you ship a vehicle out here, they're going to make you pay that duty fee, right?
Right.
That may be economical for you if you already have a vehicle that you know how you've maintained it. If you bought it new and you have it 2 or 3 years and you know how you maintained it, well, it's worth paying the duty fee because you're not going to get any mystery. You get a used car out here, you on your own. You don't know where that car or what condition.
You better be a mechanic.
Exactly. And if you're an American, you got money. So American means money. There's a lot of folks over here that don't have money like that. I ain't no rich man. We've been a calculated and work hard. We've been a calculated move and not a risk and worked hard, whatever. And I had to do it. We had to do it. So that's the way it is. But there's a lot of things a person, before you make a move here, it's all good. But if you know the style, if you know the rhythm, if you know whatever, and I've been learning things and we will be talking about those things more so, but I just got here, right? So I don't know everything.
Still learning.
Yeah, I'm still learning. Yes. Talk to me, my sister.
Me?
Get a long commercial break right there.
Oh, okay. No, me. Time's up, man. It's 3 hours. I'm gotta go.
I know, right? Yeah, it's the 3 hour mark, right? Well, when it's 3 hours, that's when she gives us the full. But like 2 hours is the budget, so we glad for both of them.
No, that subject was really dense. You need at least 3 hours to discuss that.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
dense.
You need more episodes too, because in essence, you went deep. But with each part that you went deep in, we can shoot. That could have been a show on its own. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But for you to wade through that like that with the research you did, when you open them doors, there's more roads to go down, there's more. So you did a brilliant job of dropping so much information.
Thank you.
No,
yes, indeed. Take your props, my dear. Take your props.
If I was back in school again, you'd be my favorite teacher.
Well, I plan to become a teacher too, but for psychology.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna open my own school. Hopefully, I can realize that.
You will.
And why not? I'm telling you right now, there'll be so many people. They'll relocate to come to that school.
Yeah, because I don't think people are
Florida to be Paula Beatrice Noel's class.
Yeah, I don't think doctors are properly trained for Black communities. So that's why I think there should be a school to train people for, especially for Black foreigners. There should be a school for that. Because there's always the cultural shock. Because, for example, any Black, like when I go see my doctors, they're like, just like, why Haitians are so distrustful? Well, maybe because they know that sometimes, you're acting like a white devil. Maybe that's why. Because because for example, what happened in New York, so they're distrustful because they don't know if you're in their interest or not. That's what it is. Even though your badge said doctor, but can I trust you? That's all it is.
Right.
It's not about the color of your skin or your race or what nationality. It's can I trust you? Especially if you're dismissing them because of their culture or their language. Why you want this person's not gonna trust you? Keep dismissing them. They're not gonna trust you. And forget about psychology. These people will not let you in the damn head. Or you keep dismissing their culture.
That's right.
I'm a queen now. Shit, I'm a queen. Yeah. That's why I think there should be like a school where we focus only on that, on Black. The same way there's SPCUs, there should be educational for only Black communities.
Right. True.
Yep. True. Especially for African and Caribbean. True. So they have their voodoo thing going on. And they are like, especially like if they're like Muslim or whatever, they got their cultural thing going on. So you have to be really mindful of that.
Exactly.
And not be like an elephant stomping all over their culture. That's not cool. And the best way is just ask people a question. Ask questions. It's not being an asshole with them. Ask questions. And when you ask the question, retain what they're telling you. Because me, I'm like this all the time with my psychologist because he doesn't retain shit. And every time I'm like, you ain't paying attention to shit. That's why every time we fight. So from now on, he has a notebook. He has a notebook. Yeah, it went to the point where he said he's going to have me institutionalized. I'm like, dude. Then you see what color I am, and then you hear where I come from. You think I'm going to let you send white police devils in my house to put their hand on me and lock me up somewhere? No, I'm going to stand my fucking ground. Fuck you. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm not, you forget, I say like, are you not aware of what time we're living right now? Like how many mentally ill Black men got murdered this year alone. And you telling me you're going to send devils to my house. Are you crazy? I'm not the one who's crazy.
What does he feel the need to tell you need to be institutionalized?
Because the depression was getting worse and worse and worse.
Hmm.
So, because but it kind of changed. 'Cause the thing is, my brother was being an asshole with me because probably he's the pressure of taking care of me. That's why I went to look for a job. So there's less pressure now because I can pay my own bills.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all it was. 'Cause he
Okay.
kept calling me all kind of savage. Meanwhile, I'm
Hmm.
stressed. I'm depressed. I'm suicidal, and you keep. And the thing is, that's the thing too. My legs, they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's nothing I can do about it. So
Really?
the doctor's solution is to have the bariatric surgery. But me, I'm thinking, okay, what if you cut 80% of my fucking stomach and now my legs are still bigger?
Exactly. Because they don't know exactly what's causing it to be big.
Okay?
That makes no
Yeah.
sense.
I don't know whatsoever. Because right now my lower legs, they're size, yeah. They're a size they're bigger than a thigh of a normal person.
Really?
Yeah. Because I gained 10 pounds just in water weight, just the legs by themselves.
And your heart is okay?
Yeah, but because that's why I've been fasting, because that's the only way I can stop gaining weight, because I kept gaining. So what I started to do is not eat at all.
But that's
I
not
mean,
good.
I know it's not good,
That's not good
but
because then your
since
body is going to hold the weight.
no, I started losing weight, but then I started getting water weight again.
You're
No,
gonna start you're gonna
yeah,
start gaining weight. Yeah.
because I lost 20 pounds and then my sugar was perfect. Because I don't eat sugar.
Mm-mm.
I don't need that much insulin anymore. No, so I do like intermittent fasting.
Okay.
I
Okay.
eat like
Okay.
once or twice a day, and that's it. Like I eat
Okay.
around
Okay.
2 p.m.
Okay.
That's what I do. And sometimes, like do the fasting for spiritual reason. Because when you're
Mm-hmm.
starving, the body's starving, so the mind just escapes. Because the body's suffering, the mind just
Mm-hmm.
escapes.
Right.
So yeah, this is why he got he lost his mind saying that he's gonna have me socialize because yeah, my brother called me some kind of savage again, and I got upset. And I was so upset that because I'm trying real hard to find a job, trying to figure out how my own independence, and he keeps bullying me. I appreciate that. So I felt like God abandoned me. I took a knife and started slashing my wrist. Not wrist, not like yeah, it's not that bad. I was marking it. I didn't really I wasn't bleeding. It's just like what like it's like, for example, like a cat scratching you. That's how it came out like. So that's why it's like maybe I should get her institution. I'm not like, wait a minute. If I
Oh
tell
my
you I
God.
precisely do it in a way for it to look like a cat scratch, I mean I'm not trying to kill myself or really hurt myself. It's just but then it had a result. Like for some, and I told Lance about it. For some reason in the dream that showed me like because I don't understand, why I have to suffer so much, why life is so hard and all that mess. Because the thing is, I cannot be with people because they turn aggressive towards me. That's why I always try to be by myself. Even here, I isolate myself. Because
Mm-mm.
inevitably, I don't know, it's something like in a job. That's why I'm kind of glad I work remotely. Because
Mm-hmm.
any
Mm-hmm.
job I have, for some reason, the managers, they get aggressive with me. So, like even in a relationship, forget it. It's gonna happen. At some point, the man gets aggressive for no reason. So that's why I don't. I just stay by
Mm-mm.
myself. But then in the dream, yeah, no, they show me why. Because it's not only that. Because that's in the physical world. In the dream world, it's the same. I'm being constantly persecuted. That's why on my walls there's like seals. Like there's some right there. If I would turn the camera, yeah, the whole house. There's seals. Because if
So
I don't
the
put them, if they're damaged,
talisman.
yeah, if I don't put the
Mm-hmm.
seals, like the other day, that's when the slashing started. Like, because one of them got damaged because the cat was playing with it like clockwork. That night, something was on top of me, strangling me. Clockwork. So I had to put new seals. Like my brother didn't take it seriously. Like he thought I was crazy until he heard me screaming in my dream. So he thought it was like a joke. No, it ain't no joke, man. Leave the seals where they are. It's not a joke. Yeah, because like you know, you see, I don't see.
Whose do you have? Solomon?
No, it's just one is against evil spirit, but they showed me in the dream which one I'm supposed to have. Because it's not demons. It's angels.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's angels. I know it sounds ridiculous. So the one I have that really works is the one against angels. It started when I started talking about the dream that I had when I saw the evil angels falling. So because in the dream they show me because I'm talking, so I'm being attacked because I shouldn't have been talking about it. So actually they show me in the dream that I'm not supposed to talk about what I see because it will cause havoc. I don't know. I don't care. But you know, but I care about my safety. That's why I put him. So since I sleep peacefully. I don't know if it's psychological. I don't know. But when they're there, I sleep peacefully. Okay. But the thing is, when I did it, and I had the dream, and I told Lance about it. In the dream, I saw that, you know, I saw myself sitting this. I saw the spirit. They were like angry. They didn't agree me doing that. In the dream, they showed me like standing in the stage talking to thousands of people. I'm like, and that's what I started talking with Lance. I said, maybe we should continue. Probably there's a mission in us talking.
Yes.
Right.
And there is.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. But mental illness is no joke, man. Because it really, I mean, it's not only the pills, but it's just, it really changed the way you think. Like you're not thinking rational, especially that's the thing. When you're already upset, you're already depressed, got all kind of shit going on, you're stressed out, and you're being bullied. What do you expect? What do you expect gonna happen? Because that day when he done that, after slashing my arm, I brought the knife and all the sharp scissors and razors to my mom. I'm like, hide them from me.
Oh God.
Yeah, but now I said like, I'm fine. Give him the back. But she's like, she doesn't want to give him back because she's freaking out.
Gosh.
She doesn't want to give him back. But now I'm fine now. I think I'm fine. But mental illness is no joke. But the thing is, the way I was, and you know, like, and I really am trying to get my shit together. And the psychologist seemed that all he was focusing on is why I don't want to have a man. Why I don't want to have a lover.
How does he want to be yours?
I know that. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not like, what the fuck? And every time he does that, I got worse and worse and worse and worse. And
you should ask him.
But you know, there's something he did for some reason. It just flipped. That's why I said I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna because he pissed me off. Because he started talking. He's like, "Oh, I got a team. What did you ask me to share my information with other people? You didn't fucking ask me."
Okay.
Because now your other people they're making you give you stupid ass suggestion when they don't even know who the fuck I am.
Right.
You know.
You know, I'm going to say this. I really appreciate you being so open with this. I really do. I appreciate you being so open with this because not too many people would sit here and, you know, admit to the things that you're saying. And I hope that the folks in the chat now and those that come along and watch this show can appreciate and respect our sister for being so transparent with her situation.
Yeah, because that's the reason why I want to become. I even told him you're the reason why I want to become a psychologist, because he completely dismissed who I am, where I'm from, how I am. He just stick to like what he studied, but what about who I am? That's fucked up. That's why I think people we need to be more sensitive of people's cultures and cultural background. And how you handle them.
But you know, it's like how they assume or they feel that
Yeah, that's the problem. They assume.
people of color, you know, we can stand. We have a higher threshold for pain. So you
I
know,
told him that.
my threshold is low. So don't even try it.
I told him he got mad when I said that. He might got mad, but I'm like, yeah, y'all always think that we can endure when we suffer just the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the first day I told him that he was why you don't date. I said, because men in Miami are asshole. They're nasty. He got mad. I'm like, why the fuck you got mad? I'm not talking to you. What the fuck? I'm not talking to you. He got mad. Yeah, because I even told him if I keep getting dick pictures on my phone, then you motherfuckers are nasty. He got mad.
Boy, it might be him. That's for real.
Then it was like about what sexual position I like, what kind of men I like.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Crazy.
it. Stop it. Why is he asking you these questions?
You know, I mean, before you know it, you know, because I'm like holding back, I'm not saying it. But then, you know, it's just, I told him, you one of the reasons why I'm getting worse and worse too. Because I'm not saying nothing.
Oh my God.
I till to one point where I blew up on his ass.
Curse his ass out. Get a new psychologist.
Yeah.
You need somebody else. You need somebody else. You don't need to be going to him. No, sir. No. Nope. You're not getting any help, Beatrice. Find somebody else.
Yeah.
Find somebody else. Maybe this is the reason why you need to talk about it right now. You need to get away from him. You need to get away from him.
Yeah, my mom's like, why did you get rid of him? Why you always have to go see him? I'm like, probably the next asshole gonna be the exact same shit. That's what I'm like.
Well, you won't know until you go and maybe you should be looking for is he someone of color or he's white, right?
Oh yeah, he's white Jewish. That's one of the reasons why he acted like that. Because they're very misogynist and they have this perception of how women should be. So that's what he was. That's what he was. So I'm like, no, you better check yourself. And I blew up on him because he's then when he wouldn't get what he want, then he said I'm paranoid and that maybe somebody should tell my university how I really am. Like say how I'm like
not listen.
Yeah, that's a threat. Like
that is a threat. My dear sister.
Yes.
Take your mother's advice. Find somebody else. Find someone else. Because in as much as he's saying all those things to you, you don't know what he's writing in his notes.
I know.
You do not know what he's putting in those notes. And he could be putting all sorts of negative things about you in those notes. He's not trying to help you. He's trying to harm you.
Now I feel more like being like a guinea pig or for something. Because all of a sudden I hear there's a team. I'm like, did you fucking consult me for a team? I'm like, you and your team can sit your ass somewhere because I'm not fucking with that. I'm like, you can, because I even wrote it in writings. What I wrote you bring it to a judge. The judge will say that I'm saying enough. They're not gonna agree with you locking me up anywhere. Because it has to show up in front of the judge. A judge has to make the decision. They cannot just have me lock up. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
Yeah, it was just unprofessional from beginning to the end. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Because it's like you said, it was not like he's no good. It's just he forgot. He completely ignored that I'm from a different culture. And pretty much was pushing his values on me. And I told him, like, don't fuck with me like that. Because at some point, he lost his damn mind and said that maybe I think white people commit less crime than black people. Man, that fucked me up when he said that. From all the people who have to say that, it has to be me? You don't know who I am. No. No. I told him, I'm Haitian, man. You don't say shit like that to a Haitian person. You don't do, you know what? Do you even know what the United States putting my country through? And you tell me that I'm gonna look like more positive to a white person than a black person? What the fuck? Hell no!
Damn.
Hell no! You know, since 1915, we have been and still are oppressed by the United States, and it's all about race. It's not only the resource; it's all about race. Yeah, the thing is, it's not only him, so that's why it's imperative that we have better trained people. You know, because I listen when I translate, like how the counselor or the probation officer are talking to the parent. It's like there's a complete dismissal of, you know, there's a, oh shit. I did think about it. I did. Was it, he wrote contact medical board. I did think about it. Yeah, but I didn't do it. But, yeah, but there's a complete dismissal of where the person, you know, comes from, of their culture, and that's why I think it's imperative we better train people. I mean, in a sense, not only like those people have to go specifically to a black person or to a brown person, but it's like we should train them to be more mindful.
Yes, indeed.
Of those cultures.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Whew. Girl, I hope your doctoral thesis is on the behavior of. You know.
Oh no, he stopped. Because when I started talking about conspiracy to have me kidnapped, I know the law. I saw it told him what the law is. Yeah, I maybe not right in my head, but I know the law. And I'm like, no judge gonna put me anywhere if I know the law. Yeah, because at this point I'm like, that's conspiracy to have me kidnapped. When I'm not, yeah, look. It's crazy.
Well, my dear, I don't know about you and Brother Lance.
This beautiful exchange of energies and facts and research, and you know, this is another timeless session that will go on and enrich the minds and lives of others. And I thank you both for just sharing, and especially your research, Sister Beatrice. And I look forward to the next one. And I'll be putting some work on the site. And like I said, you know, in actuality, for all of Beatrice. This is work on the side, on the left side of the site. There's like under the category section, you can click on that one that says Beatrice Noel and pull up a whole different page that has all of the things that she's done on the channel. So if you ever want to find anything older, instead of having to go all the way through everything else, you click on that link on the side, on the left side of the site, and there's a little tab that says Beatrice Noel, as well as some other names that are there, and you'll pull up everything that she's ever done. And like I said, I'm just so glad to be a part of her life and have her be a part of my life, as well as you, Empress, and everybody who's in the chat room. But
yes, sir.
Check the older stuff that it says categories. So on the left-hand side of LanceScurv.com, scroll down a little bit, you see categories, and hers is the first name on top. You know, she's name starts with a B. If there's somebody with an A that I put there, it'll bounce it down a little bit. But click on Beatrice Noel there, and it's going to pull up everything that she's done. And like I said, it's accumulating.
Yeah, there's
now.
Gonna be a new article coming out. Yeah, this
because
week.
we only had one thing, but now that we got more and more content, it's like, whoa, look at that. So check it out over there. Yeah.
Yes, you know? Indeed. Yes, indeed. It makes for good read.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm there now. And I forgot the site had that feature. It's like, wow. So everything's right there. You see. So anyway,
yeah. Also, I add the sources. So if you want to check the sources, so whenever I always put all the sources. So you can check the source,
I
see what
know.
they say. Yeah, because that's how I
Right.
read. When I read something, I check all the sources too.
Right.
So
Yes,
you can't
indeed.
dispute it. She's done the research and shows you every single thing, and that's a
Yep.
beautiful thing.
Fact checked before she puts it out there.
I got the receipts.
You have the receipts. Good for you, girl. Good for you.
Yeah, this ain't no conspiracy theory channel. We got receipts here.
There you
We
go.
got receipts here.
Boy,
You tell
don't
them.
knock a good conspiracy theory, though. Anyways, thank you guys in the chat. It's beautiful. 140 likes. We love you all. Anyone that hasn't hit the like
Man, I
button,
guess it
please
was really
click it
popular
now.
today. Wow.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And with Empress G, like likes are like candy to her. So if you want to give her candy, hit the like button.
Hit the like button, please. Thank you.
Definitely, yes.
Hit the like button. We appreciate you.
Very much. We do appreciate
Yes,
it.
indeed.
So before we go, that's like that young lady who's selling Girl Scout cookies, but she kind of she's wearing that little Girl Scout outfit. Oh man! Oh my God! Look at that! Buy the cookies for me, please. And he's like, "Yeah, how much you want?" You know what I mean?
You are sick.
He's like standing there, oh my God. You know?
You are a mess.
Yes, he is.
So that's me, right? Hit the like button. See, I got 5 more people to hit the like button. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Badass.
Thank you.
That's really badass. Yes, thank you. That's badass.
Anyways, it's been real and it's been beautiful. And once again, thank you for bringing all of this information and knowledge. And I learned a lot. And I sat here and I took notes. Thanks, Brother Lance.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all have a good night. Thank you for inviting me too.
Oh, this is your home. You have to be invited to come home. You just push the key on and you tell me what you want.
Your casa and mi casa. Yes, baby. Yes, baby.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready for the next one, and we're going to do it.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to focus on the article, and then, after that, yes.
Thank you.
All righty.
So much.
All right. Y'all take care.
Okay.
All righty. You too.
Bye.